in Lovington. Now travel on Wednesday up the 285 from Hobbs and Lovington to 58 degrees to near 60 in Carlsbad, Artesia, 64 in Roswell. Nice weather conditions prevail.
Your country plays on W105.
Be in the Breakfast Club, powered by Carlsbad Chevrolet. Online at carlsbadchevrolet.com. Text line at 877-396-W105. Brought to you by Amigo Machinery, your Kubota dealer. Online at amigo-machinery.com. Question of the day brought to you by Lovington Auto Supply, your Napa dealer. And YouTube, Rumble, and Facebook video feed brought to you by Desert Sand Water Well. Online at desertsandsnm.com.
Wake up, Mr. Sleepy Pants.
Do not approach me when I'm sleeping.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I know this is the wrong time, but I had to tell you.
What are you trying to tell me?
Thanksgiving! It's right around the corner.
Actually, today is Tuesday.
Thursday is Thanksgiving again.
That's 2 days away.
Never too early to give thanks.
Okay, thank you. Okay.
Going back to sleep.
You can't.
Why?
Because it's showtime!
And good morning to you. It is showtime. Another day in paradise. God bless America. 6 minutes after the hour of 6 o'clock. Tom A. in the studio this morning. They're early.
Okay.
Working on stuff. Right? Blake?
Morning. Hey, B.
No.
Hey. Yeah.
So, Tom A.
Yeah.
They're working
Yeah.
on stuff.
Yeah, we're here.
So.
Hey, so there's some kind of weird delay going on, and I don't know what to do about it.
So we got a weird delay coming off my end. Is that what you're saying? Let's.
No, it's off the board. Off our board.
Am I in audition? If I'm in audition, that could be a problem. Because I can hear you guys back perfect. Not an issue.
You are not.
So not in audition. Then I don't know. I don't know. So when I'm talking to you guys, there's a delay?
Yeah.
Because I'm hearing you guys back fairly
There we
quick.
go. There we go. Let's try
Good.
that. How about
Good.
that? We're good.
I'm good.
I think.
I'm good. I'm good.
That wasn't the problem.
Yeah. 6:08 today is False Confession Day, National Cranberry Day, National Entrepreneurs Day, National Gingerbread Day, National Red Mitten Day, whatever the hell that is. Isn't that a Canadian deal?
Yeah.
And National Stuffing Day, Pumpkin Pie Day, World Hello Day, World Television Day. By the way, morning show this morning being brought to you by our buddies text line, being brought to you by Amigo Machinery. They are your Kubota dealer. Everything Kubota. Check them out at amigo-machinery.com. Question of the day, what was the coolest toy you ever owned as a kid?
Ooh, I like that question.
The coolest toy. Question of the day being brought to you by your Napa dealer, Lovington Auto Supply, more than just a parts store. And you can find them Avenue D in Lovington. They've got the experience to help you with a project. They're not going to go out there and do it, but they've got the expertise to tell you how to get it done. Yeah, they sure do. And if you're watching on YouTube, Rumble, Twitter, Twitch, and Facebook, that's being brought to you by Desert Sands Water Well, online at desertsandsnm.com. Get a 10% discount when you mention B and the Breakfast Club. I'll check the weather coming up in just a second. Yesterday, they almost burned the White House down. Did you see the video of them lighting Biden's cake on fire?
I didn't see that.
Evers, was this your idea, Tom?
Sure.
I'm serious.
Why didn't they just use the numbered candles?
Right.
The 81.
Well, Because this is the Biden administration. All right. I don't know if you could see it on screen, but the cake's on fire almost. There's no icing left on the damn cake. He's 81. Is it 81? Is he 81?
81. He joked about being 60, but he's 81.
Idiot.
Yeah, well, he didn't know what day it is. By the way, Ronnie Jackson, he was the White House physician for Obama and for Trump, made a comment about his ability. So we're going to get to that. Price of oil on the way. Tweet of the day still to come. Our number 877-396-W105. President pardoned a couple turkeys, Liberty and Bell, for Thanksgiving. I got a sneaky suspicion the next person that he'll maybe pardon will be Hunter. You know, this president would rather pardon two turkeys named Ben and Jerry.
You know, he should have been clever and named one of the turkeys Hunter. And then when he can say he pardoned Hunter, he didn't mean the turkey. He meant his son.
And I don't know if you caught the Britney Spears where he was talking about Britney and Taylor. And he instead of saying Taylor Swift, he said Britney Spears. So I'll get to all of that coming up.
One is highly crazy.
Yes, and the other one is highly crazy and more wealthy. World is still reacting to the death of Rosalind Carter. Yes. She was 96 years old. President Biden said it always breaks his heart for somebody to pass so young. I'm not kidding. The truth is
I don't have the rim shot drum thing. But
yeah, but if we did, it would go right there. OpenAI kicked out their president and their co-founder, and Microsoft the next day signed them both to come to their AI division at Microsoft.
You know why?
I mean, yeah, they weren't on the beach one day.
Yeah.
Hey, come on down. We're going to sign you.
You know why? Why they did that, right? Because that kept him away from Google and Amazon.
Oh. Joss Ackland, the actor known for his roles in Lethal Weapon 2 and Hunt for Red October, passed away. He was 95 years old. Josh.
Who was that?
Ackland. I have no idea who that is.
He was a 95-year-old actor.
Yeah. Ukrainian sharpshooter is claiming he took out a Russian soldier from 2.5 miles away. I don't know if you remember the Chris Kyle deal when he actually sniped somebody from a mile. Mm-hmm. So this would be 2.5 miles away.
Mm-hmm.
Look, piloting a drone doesn't count.
I mean, if you did that with a rifle, man, I mean, that is a long, long way. Figuring in when and all kind of other stuff. Wow.
I believe Chris Kyle did it from the distances he did it because he did it close to that distance a few times.
Right.
But but
double that?
No.
I don't think so. That's like running from here to downtown Lovington. That's 2 miles. From the studio to downtown Lovington.
Have you walked it?
No, I mean, I'm a mileage marker.
And so you're out there marking miles.
Yeah, it's 2 miles. It's 2 miles. That's a long way to shoot a bullet.
I'm just not quite buying it.
Yeah, I'm not buying it, but I'm not buying that Tom is checking out mileage to go. Yeah, that's 2 miles.
Well, it's 4 miles from the bus to the studio.
That's 4 miles.
You know, when I was riding my bicycle everywhere around here, I could tell you the exact miles between things, but I can't.
Yeah, and I would buy that, but I mean, Tom, nah, I'm not buying it.
It is 2 miles from here to downtown Lovington.
Okay, whatever. Still to come, we got the tweet of the day coming up, thought of the day still to come. I'll check the weather in just a second, keep you updated with everything going on. Biden says the deal is near to free Gaza hostages. and I think it's 3-1 that we're going to give up. Well, Israel's going to give up 3 Hamas hostages or Palestinian hostages for every 1 hostage, Israeli or American hostage.
That's a bad deal.
Yeah, that's a bad deal. And I can't believe Netanyahu would go along with that, but there is pressure from America to strike that deal. It's sad that we don't even know how many hostages we have, and we don't know the condition. We don't know anything. What if we're going to get a bunch of dead bodies? Is that a good deal? Crazy. All right, we're going to talk about Oregon. They took a big step to legalize all kinds of stuff. I'm going to get to that coming up next. Morning show being brought to you by Zia Guns. 1907 North Parade in Roswell. Handguns, rifles, shotguns. They've got them all. Trade in your old gun to get a better gun. And if you are trying to, you need money, they will buy your guns and give you fair pricing on those guns. Zia Guns, they've got a huge selection of guns. They always have ammo. They can tune up your bow. And if you've gotten to the point in your life, you're not a gun enthusiast, but you've gotten to the point in your life where you need personal protection. The world has gone straight up crazy, and you need personal protection. Go talk to them about lethal and non-lethal personal protection. Zia Guns, 1907 North Main. Don't forget, closed on Saturday, always open on Sunday. Sunny today, 55, 30-mile-an-hour winds, most of that coming from the north. And then 32 tonight. We'll get close to below freezing. 62 and sunny for tomorrow. And Thanksgiving Day, we're going to be about 62 sunny skies, and the wind will be down to below 10 miles an hour. So the wind will calm down for Thanksgiving Day. Check of the weather being brought to you by our buddies at North Star Laundry. North Star Laundry, you find them in Carlsbad and in Loving. They can wash, dry, and fold your clothes. They can also starch you up and keep your clothes looking great. They can dry clean your clothes, or you can do it all yourself. Coin-operated machines at all 3 of their locations. Find them at 609 West Lee in Carlsbad. Also 604 West Church in Carlsbad, or 406 West Cedar in Loving. North Star Cleaners. Check them out today. Tom on the text, and then we'll come back with the Oregon story. I can't believe they're doing this. We'll get to that. And the Supreme Court in New Mexico holds the fate of the district ballots.
Mm-hmm.
We'll get to that coming up next.
All right, B, they're starting to filter in. This text says, fix your antenna. It's static in Artesia. Look, there's nothing we can do about that. It's
atmospheric. Fog, a little fog out there. So higher altitude fog causes the static. If if it gets to the point where you can't listen, you can always stream. At of course W105 Radio, or Facebook, or Twitter, or Twitch, or YouTube, or Rumble, or whatever else.
And the coolest toy was the old Tonka dump truck and dirt, says this one texter.
Man, those things lasted forever. And you have any idea what those are worth?
Ooh, man.
I'm talking about the ones that were found like in the 70s and 80s. There were some big bucks. If you got one, you ought to check it out.
Right. They were made with steel, not this plastic crap they make them now.
Right.
And the sniper's last name says the texture must be Biden. He's lying about it. So there you go, B. This first one's coming in. B.
All right, Oregon, they're decriminalizing opiates because of the opiate death. Opiate deaths have increased 13 times. And so they're decriminalizing heroin. They're going to decriminalize cocaine. They're decriminalizing pretty much everything. And look, part of me says, I'm okay with that. Part of me says, okay. The other part says, I don't know. I mean, the libertarian part of me says, okay. I mean, that's your choice. What you do with your body is your choice.
Right.
But then the other part of me says, oh, wait a second. We can't have that. There's too many dumb people in the world. So I'm afflicted. I am very, very afflicted, but yeah. Decriminalizing drugs, all drugs.
Like you said, it's kind of one of those, okay, well, I mean, that, I'm with you on the libertarian side of that. It's like, well, you know, if you're putting that into your body, that's up to you.
Right.
But I think they've given up.
Yeah, and it passed. This was voted on by the citizens of Oregon. It passed 58% to decriminalize opiates and all the bad stuff. So it passed. I mean, it's not something legislators came out with. They put it to the people, and it passed. And so craziness. But part of me is the libertarian part of me goes, okay. I mean, if people want to act a fool, let them act a fool. All right, Blake, yesterday, Supreme Court held the fate of CD2 and really a lot of other districts that were gerrymandered. And the Supreme Court met. And what was the outcome of what happened yesterday?
Well, they don't have an outcome yet because they didn't rule on they didn't issue a ruling. But they made some comments while they were doing it, and they basically said the judge who initially ruled in the case, who said, yeah, there was gerrymandering, but it wasn't egregious.
Yeah, it wasn't to the point where, you know, I would think it's over the top.
Right. It's within our boundary of what we can do to make sure that Republicans don't win that seat. And, you know, what do you expect, Kevin? This is an entirely Democrat Supreme Court that has time and again ruled with the governor, ruled with the extremists on the left. And have they made a single decision that wasn't to the very far left?
No. No, I think every one of them have been extremely far left, and I would doubt that they would try to change that.
So, Blake, what do they mean by entrenchment? They talked about that.
What they mean by entrenchment is that they have structured it so that it is nearly impossible for an opponent to win. That's entrenchment.
And that's the argument that the Republicans made.
Yeah, the Republicans are saying, look, every representative from New Mexico is a Democrat because of what they've done with the districting.
Right.
And so it makes it unfair for any other party, namely the Republicans, it makes it really hard for them to win an election. And they pointed to Yvette Harrell saying, you know, she was an incumbent, she has good name recognition, and she still lost. Even though it was close, she still lost.
In all fairness, that race was so tight. If Lee and Eddy County would have come out and voted, we could have flipped the scales.
Absolutely.
I think you're right.
But we did not. And that the rest of the story is that Gabe Vasquez got in, and this is the guy that hates the oil field.
And America.
This is the guy that, well, you're right. He hates America also, but he hates the oil field. He is pro-open border. He stands against everything we believe in Southeast New Mexico. And he got in because we didn't show up.
That's right. And we let Las Cruces choose. And it was the left, the far left in Las Cruces that chose Vasquez.
Amen. Border Protection officers found 354 pounds of methamphetamine in the bed of a pickup on the border. The driver attempting to cross into the United States at the Paso del Norte port of entry when the drug-sniffing dog went haywire. And a 31-year-old Mexican national was taken into custody. They x-rayed the truck, and they discovered 161 foil-wrap bundles that were under the bed liner. And she was arrested. She's 31 years old, and a Mexican national going to jail. This is a huge, huge seizure. And 354 pounds of methamphetamine taken off the street before it gets to the street. Well, it finally happened. The governor has found a appointee, a permanent appointee for the CYFD, cabinet secretary. I mean, she
Permanent for a week.
Right.
She cannot keep people. And we have several positions that are not filled right now. I think the health department, has she put in a secretary there yet?
No, I don't think so. I haven't heard an announcement.
And education, I think, has a temporary at the present time. So unless she slipped one in there, but the governor finds somebody to take over for CYFD, which is a mess. It is a mess.
Sorry, man.
And they've got to do something to get morale back up and get it staffed because it's 300 positions short. So the governor named the interim cabinet secretary to become the permanent cabinet secretary after doing a nationwide search.
Yeah.
Now, let me ask you this question, Tom, because sometimes we do a nationwide search, but it's kind of, we're just kind of faking it to make it. And so we keep the same people in these positions because, number one, we know about them. We know that they're yes people in a lot of cases. And by God, we don't want people that might stand up to us. And do you actually think we did a nationwide search?
May have, but all the resumes that came in probably are from older teachers or older education professionals. The young ones ain't coming. I'm just telling you.
What are you talking about? We're talking about CYFT.
Well, that's what I'm saying. The young ones are not coming.
I think we did a nationwide pick.
Yeah.
I don't think we did a search. I think that they
But
said, okay, we need someone very far left to come in and be in charge of children.
Yeah. So what are you talking about teachers, Tom?
Oh, I'm sorry. I got confused. Bringing in
man, you remember
teacher.
the education department. We did the nationwide search and we came up with the guy that Tom became.
Well, I thought it was very good.
Yeah. Immediate friends with. And of course, he didn't come to work in New Mexico for a while.
No, his family never moved here.
They never moved.
Yeah. So it was short term. It was short term that he was here and then he was out the door. And I never forget when they lost that money because they didn't finish writing the grant.
Right.
And they lost. How much was that? Like
almost
half,
$9 million, wasn't it? Yeah.
I do believe it was $9 or $10 million. And he tried to say, well, it's okay because we didn't really lose money because we took it from the permanent fund. Wait. So you took it out of the savings? So you really didn't lose it? No. In the real world, if you lose $9,000 and you have to go get $9,000 out of your savings, that's a loss in the real world. Yeah, but, I mean, government works a little different. 2 dead, 2 injured after a DPS pursuit ended in a crash in El Paso. 2 people dead, 2 others have been injured, according to the Texas Department of Public Safety. And this was close to Marathon Refinery in El Paso. And this was another case of people being brought across the border and evading the police. So another human smuggling operation. Santa Ana, California. Here you go, Tom. They want to give illegal aliens the right to vote.
No.
They do.
So you're drawing the line?
Absolutely.
Is that what you're telling me? You're drawing the line?
Become a citizen. Then you
so
can
you
vote.
draw the line.
Yeah. Can't let them vote if they're illegal.
So anyway, they're talking about that they wouldn't get that they would be able to vote in local and state races
No.
but not be able to vote in federal elections. How do you know the difference? And once they start going to the polls, wouldn't it be easy for them to go to a presidential election? Or is it going to be held to them telling the truth or not telling the truth?
Well, they're not going to tell the truth if they vote, number one. When I went to vote here a couple weeks ago, I actually took out my ID, and I showed it to the clerk.
I do it every time.
I said, "Do I need to take out my ID?" He said, "No, that's not necessary." But
yeah,
if you want
I'm just proving the point. To me, I'm just proving the point how silly the whole damn thing is. And I voted in multiple states before, and every state requires an ID. And here's the kicker: your ID the address on the ID has to match what's on the voter rolls.
Right. In other states.
Yeah,
that's right.
In this state, forget about it. You don't need to.
Come on, it's open.
All right, on the way, we're talking about the Espanola protester. It looks like he might be staying in jail. Also, what do you think's the percentage of Americans that are afraid to walk the streets at night?
I'm going to say 60%.
I'm gonna get to that. Price Oil this morning being brought to you by Spinnaker Oilfield Cementers. They are currently not hiring. They have filled every position they have in Texas, Oklahoma, and New Mexico. But when they are hiring, they offer one of the best benefit packages in the industry, one of the best salaries in the industry. It's a great place to work. They're an equal opportunity employer and a drug-free employer. If you want to check them out, you can go to greatoilfieldjobs.com, but currently they are not hiring. Price oil this morning, $6.31.
West Texas Intermediate, $77.42. Price of Brent crude, $81.92. And the price of natural gas down a little bit this morning, $2.96.
All right, we got a short week, so I found a comical tweet this morning because it is a short week. We'll be off Thursday and Friday and be back on Monday. And the tweet of the day this morning being brought to you by Atlas Make a Mirror, atlasmakeamirror.com. If you haven't checked it out, go to the website, atlasmakeamirror.com. Follow them on Facebook and Instagram. And our friend Rebecca has been super, super busy. She has partnered with Kevin Harrington, and Kevin was the shark on Shark Tank. He was the original shark. She showed him the mirror. He immediately loved it. He endorsed the mirror, and they've come out with a commercial that is being played in Texas right now. But if you're a W105 fan, they're going to give you a discount right now, 20% discount. When you go to atlasmakeamirror.com, use the discount code W105. And don't forget, if you're going to be at Albertsons in Carlsbad or in Hobbs, aisle 14 in Hobbs, aisle 16 in Carlsbad, you're going to get the 20% discount when you buy right there in the store. You can also find them in Midland, Odessa, and Market Street. And Rebecca coming up, she'll be on the CBS Morning Show on January 11th. So a lot of great things going on. It's amazing. New Mexico, Lovington, New Mexico, Lee County gal that invented the Atlas Make a Mirror, and man, doing awesome things. And you know what else? She's not like the folks up north. She has no problem with me calling her a gal. None. She has no problem at all. All right, tweet of the day. When you go to the grocery store, think about this. When you go for your Thanksgiving shopping, think about this tweet of the day.
No.
Everything okay, ma'am?
It's just that you've only scanned a few.
Find everything you need today?
Yeah.
Great. Okay.
Oh, God. No.
Everything okay, ma'am?
It's just that you've only scanned a few items and it's already $60. I'm so scared.
Okay, I'm a trained professional, ma'am. I've scanned a lot of groceries. I need you to stay with me.
It's just that my in-laws are in town and they want a charcuterie board.
This isn't going to be easy, so I need you to be brave, all right? What's your name?
Patricia.
Trisha, all right. I need you to take a deep breath. We're about to do the cheese.
Oh my God! The numbers are going up so fast! Why do we have to be a Balderson's house?
Don't look up there. It only makes it worse. Keep your eyes on me, okay?
Can't you just scan something less expensive?
I can, but let's not forget, it's the little things that add up, all right? Now brace yourself. I'm about to do the mixed nuts.
Oh my God, I'm gonna pass out!
Okay, bite down on this, Patricia. Get ready. I'm going to do the cured meats.
No, stop! I can't do this anymore!
It's too late. There's a line behind you, okay? You're locked in.
I'm not strong enough.
I know it looks like a lot right now, but I promise you, you're going to get home and you're going to wonder, what did I even buy? You've got this, Patricia. Get ready. I'm going to weigh the grapes.
Oh, what have you done to me, you son of a...
Okay, your total's $257.84.
Oh, no!
You got to dig deep. This is the hardest part. Patricia, it's time to pay.
You know it's true. You're going to be at the grocery store going, by God, what did I do? I need a loan to pay for Thanksgiving. Thank you, Joe Biden. Thank you so much. God bless you. Of course, it's not Thanksgiving at the White House. It's Friendsgiving.
Friendsgiving. And that doesn't even make sense.
Stupid, isn't it?
You know?
I mean, what are they giving?
Right.
Because the government doesn't give, they take.
Well, and of course, the Friends thing was, it's referencing back to the Pilgrims and the Native Americans.
Oh,
So Friends.
It's Thanksgiving. Be done with it.
Right.
Stop. Yeah, I mean, stop.
They gave thanks. That's the whole thing.
Stop screwing around with our history. That's what this is all about. Stop it. It's Thanksgiving. Be done with it. Eat some turkey. Choke on the bone. Whatever. All right. Man accused of shooting the Espanola protester will stay behind bars. So he tried to get out. He's not going to get out. He's charged with attempted first-degree murder, aggravated assault, and they might even put a hate crime on him. But he's not going anywhere.
Now, just to be clear, this is the guy who jumped over the fence, was probably able to get away, and then pulled his gun out, shot the protester that was here from Washington State.
Yeah.
And
it was a peaceful protest. I mean, they were, look, and the guy that shot him's defense, they beat the crap. They were in the process of beating the crap out of him. But if you're able to get away, you can't turn around and open fire.
Right.
That's where the rub. At first look, I kind of go, well, that's self-defense until you notice he's across the wall.
Right.
And then opening fire.
And so he's going to stay in jail. But the girl who threw her baby in the trash.
She's out.
She's out.
Yeah,
okay.
She's out. By the way, both girls that threw their baby in the trash, they're both out. One's going to college. It's an awesome time. The other one is on appeal. She's Netflix and chilling. I mean, it's good. It's good. 40% of Americans say they're afraid to walk alone at night.
Did they do that
on the
poll in
streets
Albuquerque?
of America? So, Tom, are you afraid to walk the streets?
I am. I won't. No.
Wait. In Lovington, you're afraid to walk the streets?
Yeah.
Because
I don't want to get jumped.
You could just stop at that and say, are you afraid to walk?
So if I'm going to walk, I'm going to walk during the day.
Well, that's the other thing. You ain't walked in many, many years. But who's jumping you?
Just saying.
I'm going to be honest. I've never felt feared for my life in Lee County. Now, I'm gonna be honest, and this is not a shot at Roswell. I have feared for my life in Roswell on multiple occasions. When the guy trying to get in my house,
right,
and then another time when a guy was trying to get in my house. Both times, I kind of feared.
To be fair, B, there are places probably in Hobbs that after dark later that you may not want to go.
Yeah, right there, you know where that Stripes is, right across from the McDonald's by the Mexican market. Right there gets a little sketchy, in that area.
And
a little sketchy.
Now, I wasn't afraid, of walking or being out in the dark until someone broke into my bus.
Oh, please.
3 months ago.
Nobody broke into your damn bus. It's impossible to get that door unlocked.
They picked my lock and they took a watermelon.
Somebody took a water.
Wait. You're telling me that somebody with the expertise to pick a lock is only going to steal a watermelon?
Well, one, they took my watermelon. They took some cash, just coins. And
stuff. No. Now you're changing the story.
And then they ransacked through my bedroom.
That was either you or the cats.
They took
some
socks. Some socks.
And socks, too.
Nobody steals socks.
All my black socks. They throw all my black socks that I use for refereeing.
I'm not. Believe me. Nobody wants to wear your socks.
And so you're telling me that somebody picked the lock to steal your socks and your watermelon?
And my coins.
That was it. Yeah. Whatever, Tom. I mean, I don't believe that story for a minute.
I believe the sniper story and that story have a lot in common.
I believe the same.
Well, and my lock hasn't been the same. It's tough to open that with a key now.
Whatever. And don't you have those guard cats? Well, wait, you let them go during the day. All right, 19 minutes away from 7, 19 away from 7. We are B and the Breakfast Club Morning Show this morning being brought to you by Chance Materials, reminding you every project begins with a solid foundation. They've got ready-mix concrete. Give them a call this morning, 575-363-3240. They offer lowest possible price and great customer service. So call them today or go to the website, chancematerials.com. Plants in Roswell and in Carlsbad. They serve all of southeast New Mexico. Thought for the day on the way yesterday, Biden. Yeah, Brittany, Taylor. I know they both sang. I have no idea.
Hey, even this harder than getting a ticket to the Renaissance tour or just to get here, Liberty and Bell had to beat some tough odds, the competition. They had to work hard to show patience and be willing to travel over 1,000 miles. You could say even this harder than getting a ticket to the Renaissance tour or Brittany's tour. She's down in, it's kind of warm in Brazil right now.
God.
Wow. Thank you.
Wow. Like the turkeys had a choice even. I mean, that's...
Brittany. Tom, George Floyd, there's a new documentary coming out. Maybe you ought to go watch it. It's called The Fall of Minneapolis. Look that up. The Fall of Minneapolis. And they go into great detail. Do you know a month before he actually died, he was arrested again one other time? Pretty much the same circumstances. But they discovered during the autopsy that his body was overloaded with fentanyl and methamphetamine.
Like he wasn't dead.
And one side of his heart was completely blocked. And he had COVID all at the same time. So listen to this.
Called The Fall of Minneapolis, tells you things you haven't heard before. Remember, this was the narrative.
George Floyd was a healthy young man.
Healthy.
But the medical examiner, Dr. Andrew Baker, found that he had two separate and very serious heart conditions. One artery was almost completely blocked. And Floyd had lethal traces of fentanyl in his system on top of COVID-19. The medical examiner continued, quote, if he were found dead at home alone and no other apparent causes, this could be acceptable to call an OD.
You want something right now?
No, nothing. Because you act erratic.
If George Floyd would have told the truth about fentanyl and methamphetamine, could that have helped to save his life?
Yes, it could have. That's proven by what happened the year before when he was arrested by Minneapolis police, and he was putting tablets in his mouth.
So wait a second. Did you know that George Floyd had a similar interaction with police just a year before his death?
How was George Floyd acting during that arrest in 2019?
Everything was almost identical. I mean, the initial.
So you're going to have to go watch the documentary. It's called The Fall of Minneapolis. But Tom's still holding out that, Officer Chauvin, the one that killed him.
You know, if that was the case, then there's no need to be hard on him like they were.
Oh, please don't be hard on criminals.
You.
Please don't yell at them.
And I know you got to be tough when you're arresting people, but
why are you handcuffing him? Why are you being so hard on him?
But if they knew that, then I think there would have been a different story. He wouldn't have died. So
maybe if he wouldn't have induced high levels of fentanyl and methamphetamine, maybe then he wouldn't have died.
He wasn't dead the first time.
How about some personal accountability? No, what about personal accountability? You like personal accountability?
Sure.
How about that? Let's put some personal accountability. Don't do drugs. What do you think?
Don't do drugs. Don't drink.
Don't do drugs.
Don't weed.
Drink. Yeah, because drinking will kill you the same as fentanyl. Yes, you're right. And by God, please do not smoke any of that devil's lettuce.
Right.
Oh, that might kill you too.
We got a phone call right quick.
Let's go to the damn phone.
Good morning. You are on B in the Breakfast Club.
Hey, it's Mad Dog.
Hey, Mad Dog.
Yeah, I saw that deal on Waters last night about George Floyd, and then they also had another interesting one. Did you also see Cardi B in her rant?
Mm-mm.
Oh yeah, she's not happy with she's not happy with the liberals in New York.
Oh yeah, and so this is my comment for the day. I double dog dare The View to bring her on their set and sit down there with them and give her an opportunity to talk to the American people and give her the same opportunity to vent herself to them. I'd like to see that. I'd like to see her get up and slap one of them gals, but she was pretty belligerent.
Yeah, she was pretty adamant, and
I'm not backing Biden. Do what?
I like the shower hat that she had on too.
Oh yeah, she had a robe on her shower hat. To be honest with you, I couldn't hardly understand a word she had if we didn't have our TV on closed captioning. I don't think I could have understood what she said, and then the other half of it was bleeped out. But one thing about it, she was pissed and she was not backing Biden.
And the reason she's very upset is they took the money that was designated for school security and they took it and gave it to fund illegal immigrants that are in New York City. That's part of it. And so when something bad ever happens, God forbid it ever happens, but when something bad happens, Mayor Adams is going to have to look in the mirror and check himself.
When you see somebody like her coming out and saying what she said, that gives you an idea that the tide may be changing or a little crack in their armor. And but I don't know, with this media that we've got, the propaganda machine the Democrats have, it's pretty tough.
Hey, I don't know if you remember this. About 2 months ago, 50 Cent came out against Joe Biden, and then Ice Cube came out against Joe Biden. And I actually even said, when the voice of reason is coming from a bunch of rappers, wow, the tide is turning.
Yeah. Well, y'all have a good day.
Thank you, Mad Dog. Make that 12 minutes. 12 minutes away from 7 o'clock. We are BN the Breakfast Club. Thought for the day this morning being brought to you by Wakefield Oil, 35 years serving Southeast New Mexico. Quality products, excellent service. Boom or bust, they deliver to you. So if you need interstate batteries or unleaded or diesel, whatever you need, they'll get it to you. WakefieldOil.com for more information. Thought for the day is The perfect job for a vampire is locksmithing. You can work at night, and everybody invites you to break into their house. The thought for the day this morning. By the way, he mentioned The View. The View is quite upset yesterday that when Univision did their interview with Donald Trump, they thought that there was some softball questions. And now they are calling for maybe a boycott of Univision. Where are these folks going to go?
And Anna are kind of saying, what the hell's going on over there? And some folks are calling for a boycott. Why is Univision going through this? And what's happening here, Anna? I'm going to ask you.
What the hell is going on there?
Yeah.
I've gotten so many calls in the last 10 days saying, I won't even feel it. What the hell is happening in Univision? Because, look, Univision, as you said, is the giant in Spanish news. And in Spanish news, there's a ton of misinformation in our community newspapers, in our radio stations. This is the place where Latinos, Spanish-speaking Latinos, go to get informed, to form educated opinions, to get engaged. They help people get out to... They've been really great corporate citizens and community citizens. They have a tremendous co-anchor named Jorge Ramos, who's been there for decades, and they've got great credibility. I've seen many a strong man, many a corrupt person, leader, squirm under the questioning of Jorge Ramos. But
by the way, you know what they're scared of? The tide is changing.
Right. Well,
Just
that's
like with the
exactly
African Americans, the tide is changing. That Hispanics are going, that's not my party. I'm about family values. I go to church on Sunday. This party is not my party.
Yeah. Well, you notice that she, at the very beginning of that, she said that disinformation is creeping in.
Oh, yeah. Well,
because anything that doesn't agree with them is what they call disinformation.
Right. Now, who was the Hispanic lady? What was her name?
That is Anna. What is Anna's
Romero?
last?
Something like that?
Right, yeah, Anna Romero.
She used to be on the Fox, a contributor back in the day.
Oh, no, she wasn't.
Yes, she was. I remember her. I do distinctly
because
remember
she's
her.
Way far left.
She is right that Jorge is well respected.
Yeah.
He is, and has been there for a long time now. He did interview Donald Trump,
right?
Back, probably 4 years ago. He did. I had no idea unless I'd have picked this up off of CNN Philippines. I had no idea that China met with Marcos from the Philippines.
Really?
In Hawaii on American soil? Why do we allow this? Why do we allow China to meet with our ally, the Philippines, on American soil? And I would have never seen this story unless it came across my Twitter, because I'm in the Philippines. So that's the only so Marcos and Xi Jinping met supposedly so the Philippines could talk to them about them building more military bases close to Philippine shoreline.
Wow.
They're building these man-made islands.
It's crazy. Maybe they were vacationing there at the same time.
Yes, Tom, they were vacationing.
No, I mean, Xi Jinping was probably on his way home.
Right.
Right. Well, why not just fly to the Philippines? No. Why not just fly to the Philippines? Why are you going to... That just puts salt in the wound even worse.
Right. Yeah.
Joe Biden would allow Xi Jinping to meet with another foreign leader on American soil. Hawaii is part of America, right?
Last time we checked.
But you got to wonder, is it something that the Chinese have bought where they are? Like, do they own?
Maybe they bought
whatever.
Some,
I mean, it's the problem with letting foreign governments and foreign individuals buy property in the U.S.
Yeah, well, God only knows. But in most countries, if you're a foreigner, you cannot buy property.
Correct.
Huh.
You are banned from owning property.
So, now you've always talked about this, so I'm going to ask you the question: are the Filipinos, what type of Asians are they?
Oh my gosh! Hey B, we got a phone call.
And the reason
Thank
I
you
ask
for
because,
bailing out of that.
well,
What kind of
you
Asians
always
are?
say the Chinese and Japanese don't like each other.
There's a lot of countries that don't like each other, Tom.
But as far as, the Koreans hate the Japanese. I mean, the Chinese.
Man, you ask some of the dumbest questions.
You always bring it up.
What kind of Asians are they? I don't know.
Filipino?
You want me? Hey, can you come in here so I can check your eyes? Is that what you want me to do?
Oh my goodness.
Say it, man.
They're Filipino.
They're Filipino. They're a breed of their own.
But they're part Hispanic too.
They got Asian blood and they got Spanish blood mixed through. All right, let's go to the phone call. Save the day, please. God bless America. It's 5 minutes away from 7 o'clock.
Good morning. You're on Being the Breakfast Club.
Save me.
Yes, sir.
Cal,
Yes,
take
sir.
me away.
Yes, sir. Good morning.
Rick.
Good morning. Yes, on the Floyd situation that Tom says, don't be rough on him or this or that on the Floyd. Well, there's a January 6th prisoner, and he's gotten the Purple Heart, Joe Biggs, and he was transported a whole bunch of times from jail to jail, from prison to prison in Washington, and they were making his life miserable. They wanted to break him, and he's a veteran, and they would put box handcuffs on him, which they're not necessarily good to wear over a period of time, and they had him in box handcuffs for 12, 16 hours. And in Veterans Day last week, Veterans Week, a lot of people got together because he was being mistreated and tortured. And guess what? Once he became into the media, it got out to the media that what they were doing to Joe Biggs. They went ahead and apologized. And, they're treating him nice now. But that's how they treat our veterans. And, Floyd was not a veteran, that I know of. And he was doing malicious things. So it's not apples to apples. It's orange to orange or whatever you want to call it, Tom.
Right.
But, you can't cater to a narrative and then throw under the bus another narrative that holds water. A veteran went out there, and the reason he got a Purple Heart because he still has a traveling bullet in his body that doctors are afraid to extract from his body because there's complications if they go. But
hey, Frank, I got you. Let me ask you something. What's the difference between January 6th and what happened a couple weeks ago with the Hamas protesters taking over the Senate chambers? What's the difference?
So January 6th was staged by the Pelosi's and by the federal government, and now it's coming out because the new speaker let out, I think, 2,000 videos. And
yeah, I'm watching. I'm trying to catch up on some of those videos.
Yeah, that's good. That's good because that way Tom can learn a little bit of injustice in American politics, injustice in our government. So
no,
they were having buses
he
of
won't
FBI agents. Yeah, they were having buses of FBI agents, CIA operatives, going to Washington, D.C. and dress as Trump supporters and then lure people and provocateur people and finally, Ray Epps got an indictment. So Ray Epps, everybody would say, why didn't he get an and he planned a whole bunch of stuff, and he's recorded on video saying, yeah, I planned it, so big deal. And anybody that wants to mention my name, I'll sue them. Well, now the federal government finally in the state of Washington, D.C., finally they indicted him, but he was an operative, but no, they were protecting him. And like there's an old saying in Spanish, tanto va el cántaro al agua hasta que se quebra. Se está desgranando la mazorca. It's another phrase in Spanish that the
Tom,
corn
well,
stays
let's
on
see
the
if
cob.
Tom.
Yeah.
Thank you,
The corn
Frank.
stays on the
Tom,
cob.
what did he say? What did he say, Tom?
He said that if it don't float, you can't acquit.
No, tanto va el cántaro al agua hasta que se quebra. Y la mazorca se está desgranando. The mazorca se está desgranando means the corn stays on the cob only for a certain amount of time, and then the corn fall off the cob by itself. You don't have to, you don't have to get it off, it comes out a certain amount of time. So
and that doesn't
right
sound
now,
like
that's
what
what's
Tom was
happening
saying.
in politics. The Democrats se les está desgranando la mazorca, and it's just the lies last until the truth comes out. And
Yeah,
that's what's
and
happening
eventually
right now.
the truth will come out. Hopefully we won't have to wait, all these years like JFK. But, Tom, you're a little bit sharp with that. Thank you, Frank. Morning show this morning being brought to you by Randy Pettigrew. Randy Pettigrew, he is running for his third term in office. Go to randallpettigrew.com. And if you like what you see, please give to his campaign. And Randy is one of those guys that remembers that he works for you. If you're in District 61, he works for you. And so if you need help dealing with anything, dealing with the state of New Mexico, he's there to help you fight that battle. More information, randallpettigrew.com. CPAC, gave him the A+ rating. A+ rating because he is that conservative. randallpettigrew.com for more information. Chris Christie is the most disliked GOP candidate in the field, according to Breitbart poll. So not Donald Trump, Chris Christie, the most hated Republican. Wow. A third of Muslims are treated unfairly in the United States. Do you believe that? Less than a third of likely U.S. voters say that Muslims in the United States are victims of unfair treatment due to their religion.
I don't buy that.
I'm not buying that, and I'm going to tell you why I'm not buying that. Have you noticed the White House, every time they talk about anti-Semitic stuff, they always have to mention Muslim hate at the same time?
Right.
Always. And I'm not seeing the Muslim hate. I'm just seeing that the Jewish hate. But, and so how would I know that you're actually Muslim if you didn't tell me? Because a lot of the Muslims I know, they dress just like me. Mm-hmm. They look just like me. How would I actually know? I don't know if somebody's Baptist. I don't know if somebody's Episcopalian. How would I know if you're Muslim?
Well, Tom might ask him, what kind of Muslim are they?
Yeah, he might.
Well,
what kind of Muslim are you? I mean,
Muslim.
I have no idea. What kind of Muslim?
They're Muslims, not Muslims.
NBC poll says Biden's job approval rating is at the lowest ever. And I'm not talking about Biden's lowest ever. I'm talking about the lowest ever for a sitting president. Lowest ever. Looks like Richard Bartholomew, who is from Connecticut, Democrat, he's a senator, said that X, Twitter, has turned into a cesspool of hate speech. I'm not buying that either, because what I see is that it's pretty fair now. They're going to let the liberals post what they want, and guess what? Conservatives get a chance to post what they want. So I'm not buying that.
No, I'm looking at it right now, and there are still a bunch of very liberal folks posting.
Oh, very, very liberal. By the way, I follow Richard Bartholomew on there, so he's still on there. A woman falls off the border wall close to El Paso. Look for a lawsuit and her family to get paid. The day we paid the first lawsuit from somebody falling out the border wall was the biggest mistake we ever made. We should not pay. How can somebody expect to be paid in a lawsuit when they're trespassing? How does that work? And one of your best defenses for COVID is coffee. According to a brand new study, coffee, if you drink 1 or 2 cups of coffee a day, it will reduce the severity of COVID.
Boy, I am set.
Brand new study.
I am set.
So, how many cups of coffee are you drinking a day?
I drink the equivalent of about 2.5 or 3 here, and then I get another 1 or 2 on the way.
So you don't even have to worry about it. Yesterday was Trans Day. We talked about it, but little Carrie Jean-Pierre, she had to talk about it yesterday. Of course she had to talk about it. Here's what she had to say about Trans Day.
Well, today, on Transgender Day of Remembrance, we grieve the 26 transgender Americans who were killed this year. Year after year, we see that these victims are disproportionately Black women and women of color. No one should face violence, live in fear, or be discriminated against simply for being themselves.
I'm a little taken back. So,
did they count suicides in that?
Well, and how did they die? Were they murdered for being transgenders? And
well, they know that the suicide rate is like 8 times the normal suicide rate among transgenders.
Exactly. And then the other thing is the great majority of transgenders are Black
women and women of color.
Huh. I didn't know that either, because when I'm watching some of the transgenders on TikTok or wherever talking about transgender rights or maybe whatever, it looks like it's pretty equal. I had no idea. Wow. All right, 7:05 KWMW, Maljamore, 105.1 FM morning show this morning, being brought to you by Roswell Livestock and Farm Supply. Homegrown and proud of it. Check them out today, 1105 East 2nd in Roswell, online at roswelllivestock.com. Also in Capitan at the Lincoln County Mercantile. Tom, wrap up the text. We're going to take a break.
All right, so this texter says, need to hire that gentleman on the phone. He would be a great replacement for Tom A., says the texter.
And speaks Spanish.
He makes more sense. Now, here's the deal with Frank. We love his comments, but they're opinionated. You know, if I was to do a live interview with him, a real interview with him, I would put him on record, and he couldn't back up what he was saying. I'm just saying.
This is an opinion show, Tom.
No, he's a conspiracy
theorist. You would put him on record.
Mm-hmm. And
when's the last person you put on record?
What I'm saying, he would.
Mister,
he wouldn't go on record.
Believe me, the View would be boycotting you because your softball questions.
Well, I'm just saying. And Rocket says, Muslims, they hate each other as much as they hate everyone else.
They do. The Sunnis and the Shiites, they I mean, the Sunnis beat the Shiite out of the Shiites. Just saying.
This one texter says, a good kick in the bleeps will solve their gender confusion, says the texter. Okay. And guys, did you see that the Eagles head coach last night had a hat on that had the Italy flag on it? Of course, he is Italian.
Well, that would make sense, huh?
Somarani, I think his name is Somarani. So, but why would he wear that during the football?
Oh, so you're okay with the damn Mexican flag being on everybody's clothes, but
Italian flag.
Don't put the Italian flag on anything. Is that what you're saying?
I'm just saying. I didn't know why he would do that. Maybe it's Italy's birthday or something.
And David in Artesia said that the Hispanic woman on The View is Ana Navarro.
Ana Navarro, right. And one more, dang, guys, John from Eunice is saying, I don't know which was worse, listening to the bimbos on The View or listening to Tom. His fingernails sound like fingernails on the chalkboard, says John from Eunice.
I'm not going to let that be the last one. The last one for the text will go with this be. Okay. I would be afraid to walk down the streets in Lovington knowing that Tom A. might be driving down the street.
Yes, me too. He might think you're a dumpster.
Right. Take for a dumpster. Yeah, I got you.
Damn.
Now, and I'm a serious question. Is the Philippines part of the United States?
No.
Puerto Rico is part of the United States.
No. It's a U.S. territory.
Yes. Is Philippines?
It's not part of the United States.
But they always say U.S. Philippines.
Not a U.S. territory.
No. He said Puerto Rico.
But isn't the U.S. Philippines part of the...
No. Do you even know where the Philippines are?
Where's where B's at?
Because Puerto Rico is in the Caribbean.
Right.
And by the way, the
Philippines
Philippines is their own country. Just because we have bases here, it doesn't mean anything. We have bases in Japan. We have bases all over the place.
Because with a Miss Universe pageant, I was watching it the other day, and they had Miss
Wait,
Miss US Philippines.
Wait a second. Wait a second. Hold up. You were watching Miss Universe.
I was surfing and I came across the girls.
No.
Or
Go ahead and reach in your pocket, get your man card out and your Mexican card, both of them, and give them the Blake for safekeeping.
And one of the contestants was from the U.S. Philippines.
There is no U.S. Philippines.
There is no U.S. Philippines.
Well, she darn sure was representing somebody.
Oh, my Lord.
He can't read either.
So.
And evidently can't hear either.
So this shot from you to say, Tom, you're such a flower.
Oh, my Lord.
Read the rest.
All right.
I'm thinking you're a pansy, says the text.
Check of the weather this morning on your Miss Universe station. Being brought to you by Rig Outfitters and the Home Store. Located in the Broadmoor Mall. FR jeans, coveralls, gloves, shirts. They've got everything that you might need. Hard hats, boots, safety gear, furniture, appliances, and they've got zero down financing. And Tom, our buddy Joe from Rig Outfitters, you ought to go talk to him about his way of life. Because if you haven't seen the pictures of him about 2 years ago and the pictures of him now.
Oh, I've seen him.
So here's a guy that has done it. Maybe you ought to go work out with him.
He's cut, let me tell you, man.
So maybe you ought to go work out with him.
Chiseled.
Go check him out at Rig Outfitters and Scrub Outfitters. Scrub Outfitters has the largest selection of scrubs, big name brands, Met Coutures, Healing Hands, and they've got the compression socks, the shoes, everything you need. Rig Outfitters and Scrub Outfitters. They're in the Broadmoor Mall. Now, we're going to weigh in tomorrow. So weigh in is tomorrow, and then we'll weigh in Monday when you get back, Tom.
Oh.
So we'll do both.
Right. Speaking of turkeys, B, Travis is asking, have you ever fried a turkey? Any tips? Now, I have fried a turkey. I'll tell you this. You get a pot big enough to put the turkey in. Let's say average turkey is what, 12 pounds? Okay. So if you're going to cook it and you're going to fry it, use coconut oil. Best oil you can use to fry a turkey in.
Peanut oil.
And peanut oil. And the third thing is make sure that bird is thawed completely. Because if you put him in that grease, it's going to explode.
So are you saying that people are as dumb as you?
Well, I didn't find that out till later.
Any high heat oil.
Yeah.
So peanut oil, avocado oil, any high heat
But
oil.
make sure that turkey is thawed completely.
I've never heard of somebody using coconut oil to fry.
Me either.
Well, just get a flavor to it.
I don't think coconut oil is not a high heat oil though. It's like olive oil.
It is not.
No,
peanut oil, and I've heard
peanut,
people do coconut.
Avocado, any of those high heat oils.
Yeah,
and it makes it'll fry that turkey in about half hour.
Do it outside as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do it outside and don't take any of Tom's advice. Just leave it at that. All right, 7:12. We're coming back. We're going to qualify you for the cash coming up next. We'll get updated with the first look at news. News this morning being brought to you by our buddies at Camp of the Tall Pines, scenic Mayhill, New Mexico. Scott and Jamie Miller inviting you to go up to Camp of the Tall Pines. They've got all the amenities to match whatever you need. You want the cozy cabins? They've got you covered. Want the glamping tents? You want to feel like you're camping out, but you have all the amenities and everything, all the comforts of home. Not a problem. Or if you're looking for an RV hookup for that neck of the woods, it's a perfect place. Lots of things to do up there: hiking, mountain biking, also fishing, stock pond, and of course they have the 18-hole disc golf. Give them a call, 575-687-4101, or go to the website, camptallpines.com. Let's qualify, folks, for the cash. KWMW Maldromore, 105.1 FM, 714. We're B on the Breakfast Club qualifying you for cash. News up next.
Bob's Thriftway in Lovington presents the W105 Cash Blowout.
Call now. Call now.
Call 877-396-W105 now. Be one of the first 5 people to call in for your chance to win $105. The W105 Cash Blowout.
I want my money. And I want it now.
Call in now to win.
MTD Radio News, I'm Joe Miller. Solar power in New Mexico could get a $250 million boost if state officials have their way after an agency applied for federal grants targeting energy needs in low-income communities. New Mexico Energy, Minerals, and Natural Resources Department announcing November 8 it applied for the funds to the EPA for the maximum the state is eligible for based on its population. Winning the dollars would award New Mexico one of 60 grants offered by the EPA through its $7 billion Solar for All competition aimed at funding solar energy projects to benefit low-income households and communities across the USA. The murder of a store clerk shocked a small New Mexico town. Now a new video gives a better understanding of what happened leading up to that crime. Joseph Sanders accused of shooting and killing 34-year-old Laura McCormick, who was working behind the counter at the Weed convenience store south of Mayhill. It shows Sanders coming to the store 3 times before he attacked. Today, the residents of Otero County will never forget. On October 11th, 52-year-old Sanders walked into the store. He could be heard calmly saying hello to the store clerk, Laura McCormick. After leaving the store and returning 3 times, he walks up to McCormick, pulls out a .22 caliber revolver. A scuffle ensues before he reportedly shoots her 2 times, then flees. After driving off from the store, investigators accuse Sanders of abandoning his truck, then stealing an ATV before he was arrested. Lee County Commission chose to nominate Travis Glenn of Tatum to replace retiring state senator Stuart Ingle of Portales. After 3 candidates appeared before the commission last Thursday, on a second-round vote of 4-1, commissioners allowed local representation to shut out experience and passion, as Commissioner Gary Eidson described the candidates. With Ingle's retirement last month, the state Senate seat for Senate District 27 became vacant. District 27 includes a portion of northern Lee County, including Tatum, as well as Roosevelt County and portions of Curry, DeBaca, and Chavez counties. That's what's happening. I'm Joe Miller, MTD Radio News. News brought to you by Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington. Getting the job done right every time since 2004.
Proudly serving most phases of the oil field process, Stone Oilfield Services has a fleet of over 60 trucks and a workforce of over 100 employees. From water transport to kill and vac truck operations, flowback services and pit filling to the clean out of rigs and tanks, as well as oiling and acidizing, Stone Oilfield believes in getting the job done right every time. Their central motto, do what you say you can do. Call them today at 575-396-1840. That's 396-1840.
You know what makes me sick? You know what makes me so bad? I want to sneak up behind a hummingbird, grab him by his tiny little neck, and rip out his little flower-sucking tongue with my teeth. Let me ask you a spiritual question. Do you think it's wrong to pray to the Almighty? I mean, specifically, praying to win the lottery? See, because lately I've been on my knees so much, my buddies down to Duck Inn got to calling me Pope Earl I. And my old lady thinks I'm evil and selfish on account of I'm wasting God's time with a lottery prayer. Follow me on this. Pearl believes that if you go ask God for a favor, it should be something noble. She said you should pray for rain in a desert where they ain't got no water. You should pray to change men's hearts in war and hunger. You should pray to save lost souls. Personally, you could pray for some half-dead relative come bouncing back to life. And if they don't, you can pray they go to heaven. And for yourself, if the doctor finds a lump, it's perfectly fine to pray it ain't cancer. That's what Pearl says. See, all I'm praying for is a certain 6 ping-pong balls to come out of a machine at the same time. And here's my thinking on that. God would probably like to do an easy miracle every now and then. To where I figured the Almighty has got a miracle to-do list a mile long. A winning lottery ticket, that's probably something he could just snap his fingers, get done, and then build up momentum for the tougher stuff. But my old lady insists. Asking the good Lord for money is wrong, she says. He gives us life, our health, and our families, and that should be plenty. Wake up, America! Yeah, but I'm only asking for 6 more things. Number 2, 13, 23, 37, 42, and 48. I'm Earl Pitts American. Pizza.
For 75 years now, those living the authentic Western lifestyle have favored the legendary clothing that always has their back. Wrangler. Wherever the road takes you, Wrangler is as hardworking and reliable as the day is long, with a legacy that defines the style, toughness, and ambition of the West. And at the close of the day, when all that hard work pays off, hey, the ends justify the jeans. Wrangler. Long live cowboys.
Wrangler. Get yours today at Rig Outfitters and Home Store, 1401 North Turner inside the Broadmoor Mall in Hobbs.
Are you a caregiver of a friend or family member that could use some support? We're here for you. Introducing New Mexicare, a program dedicated to caring for our families. We offer significant financial assistance and comprehensive training to empower both caregivers and older adults to flourish in the comfort of home. To see if you're eligible to enroll in the program, visit newmexicare.org. That's newmexicare.org.
Pops Power Washing Services, LLC has been in business for 9 years and continues to serve the Permian Basin and West Texas area. Specializing in power washing services for the oil field, Pops Power Washing would like to earn your business. Contact Eric and the crew today to get on a maintenance schedule to upkeep your battery facilities, containments, LACT units, all the way down to your wellheads to mitigate possible fines to your company. Fully insured and bonded. Call or text Pops Power Washing Service, LLC at 575-704-0330. That's 704-0330.
Somewhere over the rainbow. Girl, put your records on. Tell me your favorite song. Waiting for the light. Waiting for the light.
Be in the Breakfast Club. On air, online, on your phone. Powered by Carlsbad Chevy and broadcasting from the Inn of the Mountain God Studio.
Hey, you're up. Wow, early risers.
All right, 721, we are BN. The Breakfast Club Federal Appeals Court yesterday struck down a significant enforcement of the Voting Rights Act in 7 states by granting the right to sue the federal government and not citizens of private groups. 3-panel judge, 8th Circuit Court of Appeals, which covers Arkansas, Iowa, Minnesota, Missouri, Nebraska, North Dakota, South Dakota, ruled that the U.S. Attorney General can bring suit under Section 2 of the Voting Rights Act of 1965, despite decades of cases brought by private plaintiffs. This will be challenged all the way to the Supreme Court of the United States.
That would be interesting.
Yeah, that's going to be very interesting. By the way, the numbers are off. My next story, transgender violence. Human rights advocates announced yesterday Transgender Day of Remembrance of 2023. 33 transgender and gender non-conforming people have been murdered over the past year, according to the Human Rights Campaign.
So that's murdered. That doesn't count suicide?
That's what it says, murdered.
Okay.
So, and of course, yesterday.
And how many non-persons in those categories were murdered? They won't
don't know.
Those numbers. Yeah, they won't give you those numbers.
No,
that's part of the bigger crime statistic.
No. Officials released new details on the federal investigation into the massive fentanyl ring. 26 suspects arrested in connection with the illegal sale and distribution of fentanyl. Those arrested were part of a network that appeared to be rooted in Washington, D.C., but reaches into California, Maryland, Tennessee, and Virginia. But it all started in Washington, D.C. They seized more than 40 pounds of fentanyl powder in one location and 250,000 pills in another location. Oh, my goodness. By the way, fentanyl is supposedly they're now mixing fentanyl with some type of tranquilizer that is used for livestock, and that is even causing more overdoses. Tom, you ever been tranked?
No.
Yeah, I really don't want to be tranked.
Does it list what it is? Because I know in animal services a lot they use acepromazine for tranquilizer.
I don't remember the name of the drug, but I was watching a documentary on it, and they said that's the new thing, that these people want to be tranked, and it's fentanyl and some type of horse tranquilizer. I don't know why you would want to go to sleep that bad. Because that's what it does. It basically knocks you out, and when you wake up, you're leaned over. It actually looks like you're a zombie.
Ooh.
Craziness. According to a brand new survey, 48% of Americans have attended a holiday party just for the food. Tom?
Well, I can't anymore because I'm a vegetarian.
This morning.
I am totally shocked that people would attend a party just for the food. Totally shocked. And Joe Biden's approval rating dropped below 40%, the lowest of his presidency, and, by the way, the lowest of any sitting president. By the way, that's lower than the approval rating for Marvel. It's bad. And Joe Biden responded with a straight answer that said, wait a second, I'm president of the United States? Yes, Joe, you are the president of the United States. Speaking of Joe Biden, Carrie Jean-Pierre talking about his polling numbers, because our polling numbers actually, they're not important, are they?
Whenever you're asked about the president's dismal job approval ratings, you say we're not going to look at polls. We look at his accomplishments. And yet, when you are asked about various domestic policy initiatives, you will say these poll very well. People support what the president wants to do. If you look at the individual subjects on the polling, they support what the president's agenda is. So once and for all, are only certain polls valid in your eyes, the ones that support your agenda, or is the polling data that shows that President Biden has been stuck for 2 years at the low 40s in his approval ratings, are those valid?
So here's the thing. I think it's important to share that American people do approve of some of the president's initiative. I think it is important.
By the way, nobody is approving, though. That's the problem. Even David Axelrod, who is a big-time Democrat and was part of the he was in a cabinet position under Barack Obama. He knows Joe Biden well, and that's part of the problem. That's part of the problem. He knows Joe Biden really well. And even David Axelrod's going, he shouldn't run. He should walk away. And Carrie Jean-Pierre talks about what David Axelrod had to say.
David Axelrod told the New York Times, quote, Biden thinks he can cheat nature here, and it's really risky. A, what's the president's response to David Axelrod? Does he respect his opinion? Does he think he's right? But also, I mean, is there a real alarm happening behind the scenes that the president is simply too old to stake around for another 4 years?
No, there's no alarm happening behind the scenes. I can only speak behind the scenes here. There's no alarm happening behind the scenes, and I'm certainly not going to comment on everybody who has something to say.
By the way, they've even admitted that they have to give him more time to rest nowadays.
Mimi.
Because he's got to take a nap, because he's got to take multiple naps. He just does not have the drive. And look, I get it. The older you get, the tireder you get. Right, Tom?
Yeah. I'm sorry.
What the hell was that?
Excuse me. It caught me by surprise. No, I guess you do. I mean, that's nature, right?
I don't know if it's nature or, but he's tired. I get he's tired. Look, a 81-year-old man in his condition probably shouldn't be president of the United States.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And I'm not saying that every 81-year-old man is the same, because they're not.
Well, Ronald Reagan was 80 when he took his second term, remember?
But think about that, Tom. Ronald Reagan had some issues in his second.
Did, and began to show.
Yes.
Yep.
So maybe you shouldn't be in office in your 80s. Maybe you shouldn't. Wayne Brady involved in a physical altercation after his car was allegedly hit by a driver, later charged with DUI. And Wayne Brady got out and wanted to open a can of whoop. Yes. And Tiger Woods is set to play in a tournament for the first time in 7 months. He'll be part of the Hero World Challenge later this month. He dropped out of the Masters last April because he was not ready. How many back surgeries?
He's got multiple back surgeries.
So maybe it's time to just slow.
You know, his kid was part of that state championship in Florida last week that he won. He's 14 already. He's a freshman. I think I would just follow his career.
Tiger Woods playing.
Yeah. Just follow your kid's career. See what happens. I mean, his dad did.
Yeah, but the difference is his dad was trying to profit over Tiger Woods.
Well.
I remember that kid going on Johnny Carson when he was like 6. Members of the Maryland Task Force aimed at combating hate crimes published numerous anti-Semitic social media posts, including claims that babies brutally murdered on October 7th by Hamas were fake, comparing the nation of Israel with the Nazis in Germany. Can you imagine somebody saying that Israel is like the Nazis in Germany? By the way, they also are looking into several of our legislators for some of the comments that they made. Air Force Base warned service members to avoid the Patriot rally with a speaker who is pro-Trump. Leadership at the Air Force Base in North Dakota sent out a text message to service members warning them of the dangers of being at the rally with a speaker from the pro-Trump organization. The worst thing you can possibly do is collude with the Trumpsters. The Patriot Rally was going on, and it was called the Dakota Patriot Rally. And our U.S. Air Force sent out text messages to service members to avoid the Patriot Rally because it was a pro-Donald Trump rally. Now, are people that are members of our service supposed to be patriots?
Yes, that's why they wear the uniform.
Oh, I'm totally confused why our Air Force would send a message out to steer clear of the Patriot Rally. Wow. Biden does not have the cognitive ability to serve another term, according to the former White House doctor. Ronnie Jackson was the doctor for Barack Obama. He was also Donald Trump's personal doctor, White House doctor. Ronnie Jackson now is a representative and was on Fox and Friends yesterday and said that Joe Biden does not have the cognitive ability to be president of the United States. I would have to agree. He does not have the mental faculties to get the job done at this point. And Tampa police arrested Jimmy Gardner. Jimmy Gardner, does that name ring a bell? Oh, wait a second. That's the brother-in-law of Stacey Abrams.
Oh.
Guess what he was charged with? Human trafficking. Had in his possession a 16-year-old girl that was not related to him. Mr. Gardner allegedly offered the victim money in exchange for sexual acts. girl later changed her mind, and he got very angry. By the way, he denied getting physical with the young girl, but she did call 911. Police came, and he's been charged with multiple crimes, including human trafficking. Taking out the trash coming up next. Tom, our number 877-396-W105. We're going to talk about Forestry Service had their truck stolen. New Mexico. Shame on us. We're stealing trucks now. We'll get to that coming up next.
All right. Excuse me. So Texter says, I mean, come on.
Wait a second. Okay, go ahead.
Thank you. I mean, come on. It's fentanyl. Doesn't it really matter what else is in it? I mean, it's going to kill regardless. Maybe they want you to be comfortable while you die. Now, this sickening part is that they're making it look like kids' candy, says the texter. And how about retirement age? Needs to be cut off for holding any government office, says the texter. And Biden did not have the cognitive capacity to be the president for the first time in the first place. That's Smokey in Arizona chiming in this morning. And Rocket, this texter is saying, is from California, says the texter.
Yes, but he was smart enough to move the hell out.
Right. And is this world becoming worse or better a place now that the druggies are dropping like flies? Asks the texter. No, I think so. But B, I wanted to say this, B, because I had trouble with my brake line the other day, and it was leaking brake fluid. And I went over to
traveled with your brake line. So this is another case of I didn't pay for a service, but thanks, buddy, for helping me.
No. So I was driving down Main Street and turned into Eminem, Brian there, and the guys, and
Eminem
tire
and Eminem,
yeah,
or maybe M&R.
M&R. I'm sorry. Oh,
If you're going to give him a shout out, I mean, at least the damn name right.
I was eating. I was eating a can.
He was listening to Eminem.
Yeah, M&R. Anyway, and thanks to Brian and the guys, because I pulled in there and told them what was happening, and they got underneath there. I didn't know that brake fluid could actually burn through rubber of your tire. My tire's underneath the car, and so it was leaking, and so they
brake fluid can burn through rubber like acid.
Right.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. And I didn't know that. And it was leaking. And
wait. Let me get this right. Brake fluid can burn through rubber.
Right.
And his tires were under his car.
And my tires under the car. So it was hit.
Wait, the tires are under the car?
Yes. The spare tire is under the car. So it was leaking. And so
how would the brake fluid get to the spare tire under your car?
Because it was spilling it. I mean, it was spitting it that way because it was leaking. And so the guys got underneath there, and I took them like 10 minutes. It was loosened. The line was loose somewhere, and they tightened it. And so I want to thank those guys for helping me out on that. I did offer to pay.
By the way, they didn't charge me, and all is good.
Well, I offered them to pay. So what I owe you, fellas?
I mentioned.
What I owe you, fellas. And I said, no, we're cool. So this is why I love living in small towns, because they know you, they take care of you.
This is the payback. I love you, Brian. I love you, brother, but I know exactly what this is.
He said he loved living in the small town, but at the same, earlier he said he's afraid to walk down the street.
I won't walk in the dark. No.
Look, we got a handful of crackheads, but most of the time they're okay.
Yeah, well,
I've never feared for my life. Of course, I carry a gun, so I'm not living in fear. 3 Forest Service trucks stolen from the ranger station in Cuba, New Mexico. Stay very, very, what the hell's going on in Sandoval County? Overnight, somebody stole all 3 of the ranger trucks from the Forest Service. Wow.
Yeah.
Now they can't get around now. What the hell? Thank you, Cuba. We appreciate you guys so much. How big is Cuba?
It's about the size of New Hampshire. It ain't too big.
About the size of New Hampshire.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Do you ever listen to some of the things you say?
Yeah. New Hampshire's on an island, just like Cuba is.
New Hampshire is not an island.
My God.
Hey, B, we got a phone call.
They're not on the water.
Let's go to the phone. Just turn his mic off at this point. Morning, how you doing? Where are you calling from?
Calling from the Badgett ship. Did
What's up,
Tom may just say that Cuba, New Mexico is about the size of New Hampshire?
Cuba,
yes,
the country.
You heard him. You heard him.
Cuba, New Mexico, though, is what you were talking about?
That's a little bitty town.
Okay, just want to make sure. Anyway, hey, about 15 miles west on 82 out of Lovington, a belly dump looks like it dropped its load of dirt all over the middle of the road, so there's big rocks and crap right there, and trucks are driving through it. I tried to call the dispatch, and their dispatch isn't working for Lovington Police Department because I was pushing the buttons and nothing was working. So I'm calling you guys because people actually listen to the radio, and we can get through faster to you than them. So just be cautious as y'all are going through there. There's big rocks. You guys in the big semis, those things will get pop your tires, shoot, just be careful because nobody's out there cleaning it is what I'm saying.
So,
and
Chip,
it's on both sides of the road.
Did you happen to see what mile marker that is?
I did not see the mile marker, but it's about 15 miles west of Lovington on 82. So it's past 457, a few miles past 457.
Okay.
There you go. Thank
All
you,
right.
Chip. Have a good one. All right, 877-396-W105. Man accused of setting fire to the Clovis Walmart was indicted by a grand jury in Curry County. The Curry County grand jury indicted the man accused of setting fire to that Walmart. Do you know how much damage it did to that Walmart?
Burned it up, didn't it?
$42 million worth of damage.
Wow.
42 million. This happened back in September.
I've been to that Walmart.
Thank you. I'm glad you've been to the damn Walmart. Jimmy Gouline, 59 years old, has been charged. And I've been to that Walmart. I was there. I was there not the same day, but I was there.
It's a super center. That's what it is.
Do you know Jimmy Gouline?
Thank you, Tom. Thank
the
you.
guy that set it on fire?
Don't know that guy.
By the way, I've also been to that Walmart before, multiple times.
Do they have a buffet?
What?
No.
Albuquerque Wells Fargo banks filed a petition to unionize. Oh, that'll fix the problem. They'll give you better service when they become union employees.
You want to make a deposit? Hold on, I'm on a break.
Yeah, hold on a second. I got to check with my union rep to see if I can accept the deposit because it's 5 minutes away from closing time. Yeah, I'm not a fan of unions. Look, I think when it comes to municipalities, I think they have a place. But, yeah, I'm a bank teller, and I need a union rep. Starbucks, I'm a barista. I need a barista rep.
Well, that's so they can't get in trouble for mispronouncing the names.
Yes. Wow. U.S. Department of Justice wants the U.S. Supreme Court to deny a Pennsylvania man his Second Amendment right for making false statements to obtain food stamps in 1995. This happened in 1995. Brian David Ranger made a false statement to obtain food stamps, and now they're saying he shouldn't be able to get a gun. You're going to take this case all the way to the Supreme Court? Wow. By the way, he was caught and had to pay back all food stamps that he paid, so whatever. All right, we got to do taking out trash. Tom on the text first. Our number 877-396-W105. Things that happened on this date in history on the way. 744 morning show this morning being brought to you by Roadrunner Grill and Barbecue, 811 West Main in Artesia. They've got great breakfast being served up right now. So if you're in Artesia looking for a breakfast, yeah, that's the place to go. Roadrunner Grill and Barbecue. Call in advance if you want them to prepare meals for everybody in the office or on location. 575-736-2573. And don't forget, they serve up a awesome lunch, including barbecue. And on the weekends, they're doing live entertainment. Find out more information, Roadrunner Grill and Barbecue, 811 West Main in Artesia, 575-736-2573. Call them today. Tom on the text, then we'll take out the trash.
All right, be on that belly dump that dumped it slow. This texter is saying it's on mile marker 156. That's about 15 miles west of the Williams Road. Again, that's mile marker 56 where that incident happened where the belly dumper dumped it slow. So be careful as you're going through there. Hey, by the way, Mark from Lovington
Traffic
said...
update being brought to you by Luke Ragsdale, RagsdaleLawFirm.com. Check him out today.
Thank you very much. And by the way, Mark from Lovington says, you know, Tommy, I'd be concerned about that loose brake line. Maybe someone's trying to tampering with it, says the texter. No, it's just one of those deals that got loose. So,
does the ex-wife still have insurance on you, Tom? Remember she had that policy on you?
No, but you know, I did something stupid last year. I gave her the money that was left.
It wasn't. She paid for the policy.
Yeah.
Why would you get any money?
Well, because it was in my name, and they had to have my release.
I can put a policy under your name, and you don't even have to know about it.
But still, I had to sign it, and I'm thinking I should have told her I'll take half because that's the way it is, right?
You don't have to sign it.
Half.
Who paid for it, Tom?
Well, she did.
Oh, okay.
Hey, B, Smokey in Arizona asked me to read a text because it says Tom won't read it for some reason. And all it says is, good morning, guys. Hope all is good and y'all have a happy and blessed Thanksgiving. And Tom, you're still
that was more than 4-letter words, so he couldn't read.
And Tommy's logic is knowledgeable as a dodo bird, says this one texter. Well, thanks a lot. And it'll be like going to the DMV, into the DMV, says the texter. Whatever that means. I don't know what he was meaning by that. And Tom, this one text before I go back to you, B. It says, you know, Tom, you're full of stupid crap. I mean, you're a darn liberal. You only read what suits you. You're the dumbest person I've ever met.
Yeah, but now he's a vegetarian.
I'm vegetarian.
Do you know what it means to be a vegetarian?
Yeah, that's what I'm interested in.
All you eat is vegetables.
Yep, and it's hard. I mean, I don't know why veggies.
So tell me what you ate that's vegetarian.
I ate celery.
Okay.
I bought green apples.
Okay.
I bought strawberries.
Okay. What'd you eat them with?
Yesterday.
Did you eat it with whipped cream?
No.
What'd you eat yesterday?
Yesterday, I ate celery for breakfast and peanut butter on it.
Okay.
And then I went to get some caldo.
Some what?
Caldo.
What is that?
Oh, that's got meat in it.
That's beef broth.
No, but I didn't have no meat in it.
It's got beef broth.
Yeah, but
that's
ain't got
the
no
broth.
meat.
That's not vegetarian.
Vegetarian.
And then I ate menudo.
Not vegetarian.
Not anywhere close
Pork
to.
Pork is not.
Yes,
pork is not a meat.
Yes, it is.
It ain't. It ain't.
Did it come from a body? An animal?
Pork is not a meat.
Does pork come from an animal?
By the way, their advertising campaign says different. The other white meat, you dweeb.
Any animal is meat.
The harmony, is that meat?
Hominy?
Yeah.
Or harmony? Harmony is how you sing. Hominy is a vegetable.
Yeah, there you go. So I ate that vegetable from the menudo.
No. And what did you have at Cattle Baron?
I didn't eat it.
Okay.
Hominy. All right, taking out trash this morning being brought to you by Trash Eaters, trash-eaters.com, 575-390-4549. They do residential pickup. Give them a call today if you need them to pick up your trash. They also like to remind you Lovington Animal Shelter needs volunteers to help with the animals and also needs donations so they can spay and neuter the animals and ship them off to a no-kill facility. Call them directly, 575-552-3669. Call them today. Well, it's finally happening. Former troops that were punished over Biden's vaccine mandates are suing the United States government for billions of dollars in lost wages. Former troops suing the government for lost pay and benefits due to the Biden administration inflicting a vaccine mandate on our military. We actually lost pilots that had been trained, and they're saying that these pilots, the training, if they had to go back and train somebody else, they're talking about millions of dollars in training. We wonder why we're short pilots. Maybe it could be that you wanted vaccine mandates more than you wanted pilots. So now they are suing for billions of dollars for lost wages and lost benefits. And I'm thinking they deserve it.
Well, in relation to that, the Army just sent out letters to troops that were dismissed for refusing the COVID vaccine and saying that they can now request corrections on their discharge records.
That doesn't make the matter right or just. So, lawsuits, we want our money, and we want it now. And by the way, you have plenty of money to give to Ukraine. So,
Right.
and by the way, the Pentagon just denied another audit. Why would they deny an audit? And you had Republicans that actually voted against forcing them to do an audit. So we have no idea how much money we have given to Ukraine and how many weapons we have given to Ukraine. And we also have no idea how much money is in the coffers. And we have no idea, probably, our weapons, how many weapons that we have ready for when it's time for us to fight a battle. Thank you guys so much. An audit. I think we need more audits in Washington, D.C., just to hold everybody accountable, not less audits. 752, Tom.
All right. So the texter says, menudo is beef, says this one texter. And yeah, seriously, pork is not a meat, says this one texter.
Yeah, they're making fun of you.
You read the whole thing.
Well, I was getting to it. And Tom, he don't bring nothing to the show.
No. It says, seriously, meat is not pork, or pork is not meat.
Right. Pork is
Yeah,
not meat.
their slogan just happens to be the other white meat.
And it doesn't have a question mark, but that's the way it's written, Tom. It wasn't confirming your.
Oh. And Tom, you can't be this dumb. Or is it just an act? Asked the texter.
I get asked that question all the time. It's not an act.
The Pentagon.
It's for real. It's for real.
The dude from Lovington says, the Pentagon has never passed it a yearly audit, says the texter.
Well, it's up to our legislatures to put their foot down and go, a hammer is not $500. But I mean, look, if Lockheed Martin and those guys get away with it, they'll keep doing it.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what they've done. They get away with it, and they keep bending this over, so to speak. All right, 7:53. Things that happen on this date in history coming up next. January 6th versus the Hamas protests. What's the difference? Any idea what the difference is?
Appalled, like you, at the violence and destruction that we saw that day. I was appalled that you, our country's elected leaders, were victimized right here in these very halls. That attack, that siege, was criminal behavior, plain and simple, and it's behavior that we, the FBI, view as domestic terrorism.
What we witnessed yesterday was not dissent. It was not protest.
So what's the difference between what happened a couple weeks ago with the Hamas protest and what happened on January 6th?
The Hamas protests were semi-violent.
Oh. Yes. And the other difference is we have people that are in prison over the January 6th protests. And the Hamas protest, I don't know if there were enough people arrested. I'm doubting. I'm doubting it.
Was there any arrest from Hamas?
I think there were a handful of arrests. Just to make it look like it's a level playing field. Joe Biden, his spokesperson, John Kirby, talks about young people that are actually turning their back on the Democratic Party and actually calling Joe Genocide Joe. Of course, Tom threw around that whole genocide deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's genocide. You can't, no, that's genocide. Now, here's what,
protesters here in D.C. and New York, across the country, they've settled on a nickname for the president. They've been calling him Genocide Joe. They wrote it on the gates. Do you have a response from the White House to that nickname that they've settled on?
We're not worried about nicknames and bumper stickers. I mean, it's First Amendment, free speech.
Genocide Joe. So the young people are turning their back on Joe Biden. Genocide Joe. And Biden was asked about the hostage deal. Do we have a hostage deal finally?
Mr. President, is a hostage deal near? Sir, is a hostage deal near? Mr. President, is a hostage deal near? I believe so, but I'm not prepared to talk to you.
By the way, he said, I believe so.
Yeah, I heard that.
You're the president of the United States. You ought to be able to say yes or no.
Well, they haven't told him yet.
Oh, no. Okay.
And
we don't even know how many hostages are over there, how many American hostages are over there. So how can we actually have a deal done?
But
I would we need a number.
There was a little news scroller that said that the White House has announced there may be a deal reached today.
Yeah.
Bad mistake.
3-1.
I feel for the hostages, but this is just going to give the Hamas a chance to regroup and continue to be chaotic. No.
So you mean the hostages should stay? And how does it give Hamas a chance to regroup when they give up hostages?
Well, I mean, it's kind of a ceasefire, but
it's not a ceasefire.
That's not
it's
what they
trading
want.
of hostages.
Still, I wouldn't do it. I just couldn't do
John
it.
from Eunice said,
I would hope that you would be held hostage.
John from Eunice said that
by the
Tom
way,
could be a host on The View.
It would be the only way that you would actually lose weight.
What? I'm being hostage.
If you could be held hostage.
And I hope they're treating him well. That's what I hope they are. But,
I'm sure the barbaric behavior of Hamas, they're treating everybody well. What did John say, Blake?
He said that Tom could be a host on The View.
Is that what he said?
No doubt. I mean, in fact, if they ever want to get rid of fat ass Whoopi, they can get fat ass Tom on there. They can do an exchange.
I could do that
pound.
show.
Pound for pound.
And Mario B from Lovington says, "Hey B, do your friends from the Philippines ever ask you about Tom's mental health?"
No, because I don't bring him up because I don't want them to think bad of me. I wouldn't want them to think that way about me. All right, 758. Things that happen on this date in history being brought to you by Train It New Mexico. Get your CDL in 1 week, 96% passing rate. If you've been thinking about getting your CDL, look, this is a 1 week course, and 96% of people pass the test and go on to get their driver's license. They'll teach you how to pass the skills test, driving test, and the CDL inspection. They're based in Roswell. Mitch and B on the Breakfast Club save $100 on your training. and enroll today. 575-840-9555. Train It, New Mexico. Looks like the world's first hot air balloon flight took place in France on this date in 1783. First words that they uttered were, "Oh crap, the rope broke." That was the first words. Thomas Edison announced he had invented the photograph on this date in 1877. Alaska Highway opened up in Canada, linking Canada to Alaska on this date in 1942.
Oh.
U.S. Postal Service issued their first two-color postage stamp. The year was 1952. Single kite set the altitude record of 28,000 feet in 1967. Tom, how much string was used in that record-setting flight?
I'm going to say 10 miles.
Or could it be 28,000, I don't know, feet of string? Who Shot JR episode aired on Dallas in 1980.
Uh-huh.
Tom, did they figure out who shot him?
Yeah, it was JR's niece.
1981, Luke and Laura got married on General Hospital.
Right.
Tom, you remember that, right?
Record 30 million people watched that episode.
Was it a good episode, Tom?
Tom,
right.
It was not 30 million
Hey,
people.
dang sure it was. 30 million people watched that episode.
I will look it up. It's not 30 million people. NFL resumed their season after a 57-day player strike in 1982. The scabs went home, and the real players came back in. Today is Hello Day. Hello. Carly Rae Jepsen is 38 years old, the winner of the Canadian Idol. Had no idea who she is. Michael Strahan is 52.
They finally found him, too.
Finally found him.
What do you mean they finally
Well,
found
he'd
him?
been missing from ABC's Good America
He took a
Good Morning
break
America for 2 weeks.
to take care of
That's called
family.
vacation.
Well, they didn't know where he was, though. See?
He took a break to take care of a family matter, he said. King Griffey Jr. is 54, baseball great. Harry Connick Jr. Wait. Football commentator.
Uh-huh.
I always mistake Harry Connick Jr. with Troy Aikman. Troy Aikman's birthday. What the
Right.
hell was that about?
How
Harry
old's
Connick.
Troy anyway today?
57 years old.
Wow.
Also, Desperate Housewives, Nicolette Sheridan is 60. Judy Garland's daughter, Lorna Luft, is 71 years old. Livingston Taylor is 73.
Never heard of him.
That's James Taylor's brother.
Oh.
Goldie Hawn is 78 years old.
Wow. She looks 78,
She's been with Kurt Russell for 39 years.
Yep.
That's pretty much forever.
In Hollywood.
Earl the Pearl Malone, the basketball player from back in the day, is 79. Tweety Bird turns 81. And today is World Hello Day going on all day today. That's things that happen on this date in history, being brought to you by Train It, New Mexico. I got a lot of things to get to this morning. Our number 877-396-W105. Tom, if you would wrap things up, we're going to do the national anthem and the pledge up next.
All right, John from Eunice is chiming in this morning. He says, Kevin, because to the left, there is no bigger threat to their screwed up idea of America than the right. Not China, not Russia, not North Korea.
No doubt.
Not anybody but right-wing Americans, says John from
You
Eunice.
gun-toting son of a bucks.
Mm-hmm. And JR's scheming sister-in-law and mistress who who shot him in a fit of rage, says the texter. And B, says the texter, you can't do America a favor and take Tom A. at least through the holiday season, would you please?
Hell no.
I'll pay for the ticket, says the texter.
When you see the price of the ticket, you might rethink that.
And Sleepy Joe will give major bucks to Hamas for the hostages, as he did with the $6 billion to Iran. This time, the public
think
will
about
know.
that. I mean, the going rate, if you do the math, that's $1 billion per hostage.
Uh-huh. And when I started listening to the station a few years ago, says the texter, I thought Tom was just acting stupid. Now I know that he's not acting.
No, it's not an act.
Says
It's definitely not an act. It's just stupidity at its best. Yeah. But God bless you. All right, I got a lot of things to come back to coming up during the next break. We'll talk about two New Mexico representatives vote against stripping their anti-Semitic colleagues' funding. We'll talk about that. Also, Shakira signs a deal and stays out of prison. We'll get to that. And the Texas Attorney General opening an investigation into Media Matters for potential fraudulent activity. We'll get to those stories. Oh, Ron Jeremy is out of jail. Tom, you know who Ron Jeremy is?
Ain't the poor guy?
Yes.
Yeah.
So we'll talk about that and more coming up in just a second. 5 minutes after the hour of 8, our national anthem and the pledge being brought to you by Rebecca Long. She's your Farmers insurance agent. And Rebecca has been in business now 40-plus years, started when she was 19 years of age with Farmers. Give her a call today. Let her put together a quote to meet your needs. 575-393-2661. She can take care of all your insurance, commercial insurance, life insurance, recreational insurance, home, auto, boats, you name it. She can take care of it all. 575-393-2661. Call Rebecca Long today. She is your proud sponsor of the national anthem and the pledge on W105.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
808, God bless America and God bless you from W105 and Judah Oil. Large prayer this morning being brought to you by Judah Oil, reminding you God is in control.
From Psalms 90:14, satisfy us in the morning with your unfailing love, that we may sing for joy and be glad all of our days.
This is Ashley with Judah Oil, and I ask that you join me in the Lord's Prayer. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who've trespassed against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For yours is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever and ever. Amen.
8:09, check of the weather this morning being brought to you by Main Trailer Sales. Don't go camping without Main Trailer Sales. Fifth wheels, toy haulers, travel trailers, ultralights, they've got them all. And you can find new and pre-owned models on the website. You can take the virtual tour at maintrailersalesinc.com or call and talk to David. Look, these guys have been in business now close to 70 years. 70 years. Their business model, give great customer service and fair pricing. I mean, those two things go a long, long way, and that's why they've been in business so long. MainTrailerSalesInc.com. Don't go camping without Main Trailer Sales. Little wind today, but 30-mile-an-hour gust from the north. High temperature, 55 for the high, 32 getting close to below freezing tonight. And then tomorrow, 62 and sunny. Sunny skies for Thanksgiving, getting up to about 62 on Thursday. 8:10, we're going to get you updated with all the news. Keep you updated with everything going on. News this morning being brought to you by Ragsdale Law Firm, Luke Ragsdale. He's the guy settling the big cases out in the patch, settling one case for over $10 million, settling medical malpractice cases, one of them for over $9 million. And if you've been involved in a car accident or a slip and fall, and you're trying yourself to deal with the insurance companies and get nowhere, you have to call the heavy hitter. Call Luke Ragsdale, 575-208-5300. And if you need somebody to defend you in a criminal matter, Luke Ragsdale is the guy. RagsdaleLawFirm.com. 8:10, taking a break. We're going to check news coming up next. But first, let's qualify you for the cash on W105.
Bob's Thriftway in Lovington presents the W105 Cash Blowout.
Call now. Call now.
Call 877-396-W105 now. Be one of the first 5 people to call in for your chance to win $105. The W105 Cash Blowout.
I want my money. And I want it now.
Call in now to win.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says he hopes there will be good news soon about bringing Hamas hostages home, telling Army reservists progress is being made.
The Red Cross was meeting with top Hamas leadership, likely going to be an intermediary in all of this in trying to get the hostages exchanged for this pause in fighting. Now, reports do indicate this would include the release of dozens of Israeli and foreign civilian hostages.
Fox's Trey Yingst. X, formerly Twitter, is suing Media Matters for America.
It comes after the watchdog group reported ads from major brands including IBM and Comcast could be seen on X next to pro-Nazi posts. That prompted several major advertisers such as IBM, Disney, Apple, and more to pull their ads from X.
Fox's Carmen Roberts. Ex-CEO Elon Musk accuses Media Matters of creating fake accounts to manipulate the platform's algorithm. America's listening to Fox News.
At the Working Guys store, we're thankful for you, our customers. And to show our appreciation, we invite you to shop our Black Friday sale, Friday, November 24th, from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. only. Save big throughout the store, up to 75% off select items, and receive a free gift when you purchase a pair of Maui Jim. Hurry, the Black Friday sale is for one day only, November 24th, at the Working Guys store, 109 East Broadway.
New Mexico Junior College presents the first ever Fearless concert series, benefiting United Way. 3 nights in the fall of 2023, bringing you a live music experience like no other. On December 2nd, Cobble Entertainment returns with a tribute to the Eagles and Fleetwood Mac, followed by NMJC's Fearless Touring Ensemble. This event will benefit the United Way of Lee County. Donate at least $1 per person to gain entry to this concert. Bring your whole family. Limited VIP seating available.
Eager to see more of the world? Make it happen at Garner's Motorsports in Hobbs. Stop by 320 North Del Paso to feel like your own trailblazer with a 2023 Can-Am Maverick Trail 700 base model. This sidekick is for those who want to go everywhere and need a Can-Am ride built to take them there and back. Visit Garner's Motorsports in Hobbs to take life by the trail. Offer ends July 31st. Certain conditions apply. See dealer for details. Offer ends September 30th. Certain conditions apply. See dealer for details.
Carlsbad's evening hotspot is Cal's Shade Western Lounge and Package, featuring nightly drink specials, karaoke Wednesday nights, open mic Thursdays for ladies' night with $1 off drinks. Plus, most Friday and Saturday nights feature live music. Don't forget the 24-lane bowling action of Cal's Cactus Lanes Bowling and Recreation Center with Cosmic Bowling Friday and Saturday nights. And eat at Berea de Rango Tuesday through Sunday. A restaurant, 2 lounges, package store, and recreation center, all at 1611 South Canal in Carlsbad. Cal's Shade Western now hiring bartenders, waitresses, security, and office personnel. Call 887-9012 for Cal's Shade Western.
Honey, what are you doing? It's 4 a.m.
Well, I'm making a big breakfast for you and the kids. We gotta get going this morning. It's a long drive to Midland Airport.
I booked our flights out of our airport here in Hobbs. It's in town, not in Texas.
Well, you want some toast?
Is that strawberry?
Organic boysenberry.
I'm going back to bed.
Love you.
Flying in and out of Hobbs gives you more time and less stress. So when it's time to fly, you gotta fly Hobbs.
Welcome back to Homeschool PE at the Core. Come play with us in a fun and encouraging environment with various activities for each class and focus on overall fitness, motor skills, and agility development. Classes will be held every Tuesday and Thursday at 10 a.m. starting in August. Sessions will continue through May 2024, and classes will not be held in December or on any major holidays. Sign up today on the portal at corehobbs.com.
Looking for oil field, industrial, and safety supplies? Go to America Supply. Need cleaning supplies? America Supply has that too. How about restaurant and food truck supplies? Are you beginning to see a trend here? America Supply carries everything from H2S and quad monitors, fire extinguishers and first aid kits, to safety glasses, vests, FR clothing, fall protection, and gloves of all types. They have your slings and whip checks, your lift straps and cam locks, your adapters, pipe fittings, and threaders. They have many name brands like Lockout, Tagout, Pelican, Milwaukee, Rigid, and so many more. Visit America Supply to find exactly what you're looking for and then some. 502 North Grimes and Hobbs under the Big American Eagle, or call 575-393-3383.
'Tis the season to give. Carlsbad Chevrolet has teamed up with the Faith, Hope, and Love Foundation to give back to the community and raise money for the Christmas shop. Now through December 15th, Carlsbad Chevrolet will donate $100 from every vehicle sold to the Faith, Hope, and Love Foundation. And with a lot chock full of beautiful new and pre-owned vehicles, it's never been easier to drive away knowing you've made a positive impact on a child's holiday. Make the season unforgettable for everyone. Head for Carlsbad Chevrolet, because together we can make a real difference. 2155 South Canal.
Is your betting getting the best of you? Does your family know where you are? Do you have the money you need to pay the bills? Has someone expressed concern about your gambling? Are the nights so long that the sun is about to greet you? Is the trip home from the casino full of dread? Keep your gambling fun. Play to win and plan to lose. If you or a family member is concerned about your gambling, call PeopleWorks New Mexico at 505-990-4186 or email peopleworksnm@gmail.com. They offer free counseling and financial coaching to the gambler or to their family. Again, that's PeopleWorks New Mexico at 505-990-4186 or email peopleworksnm@gmail.com. Promoting mental and financial wellness and peace of mind. Play to win and plan to lose.
Be in the Breakfast Club, powered by Carlsbad Chevy and broadcasting from the Inn of the Mountain God studio.
A lot of you are tired. I get it.
877-396-W105, a couple days away from Thanksgiving, and the Derby is off.
The horses are in the gate, and we're all set for the Thanksgiving dinner Derby. And they're off. Judgmental in-laws arrive way too early, followed by I don't think we have enough food, disappointing Lions football, and fan favorite, alcohol. As we hit turn one, bratty kids have entered the conversation with, where are your parents? Nowhere to be found. On to the backstretch now, where just going to a restaurant next year looks like a future darling. Disappointing Lions football is leading to more alcohol and the first of many awkward family conversations. Inappropriate uncle and sister's new weirdo boyfriend is a combo nobody saw coming. And what's this? Here comes Get the Heck Out of My House from out of nowhere. And down the stretch they come. Awkward family conversations just won't go away, and bratty kids continue to make noise. Oh my goodness, there's a massive pileup between judgmental in-laws, inappropriate uncle, and new weirdo boyfriend. And as we hit the wire, Get the Heck Out of My House is the winner. followed by we're going to a restaurant next year, and alcohol. The 1-2 punch seemed to get a late push from fan favorite alcohol, but let's just hope nobody got seriously hurt in that pileup.
It is going to be a awesome Thanksgiving. Can't wait for that. Blake, looking at the cameras up in Cloudcroft this morning, looks like some accumulation is expected. And even though it's kind of light, they say, but it is snowing up in Cloudcroft. I would think it's snowing up in at Ski Apache this morning.
I would think so too. And they had a light dusting day before yesterday as well.
So snow, and a little bit more snow. Of course, the kids are out of school already, correct?
Yep. Yes.
So all is good. Don't worry about any 2-hour delays or anything like that.
Well, and I say they had snow now. Where my cabin's closer to Weed, but when I looked at our cameras, we did have snow day before yesterday.
Cloudcroft, they go to school. They don't cancel school. They go to school. I mean, that's the way country folks are. They just get up and go to school.
Right.
That's what they do. Hawaiian woman ordered to pay $39,000 in restitution to American Airlines for interfering with a flight. Usually, to pay American Airlines that type of money, it's like one beer that you bought in flight. That's and by the way, American Airlines plans to use this money maybe to wash the in-flight blankets. Maybe. Maybe to wash the blankets.
Do they ever wash those blankets?
I don't know. I'm skeptical. That's why I bring my own. Over the weekend, Interstate 10 in Los Angeles was reopened after a fire recently led to its closure. So residents were thrilled that the interstate was back open. Hundreds of carjackers flocked to that area. That's how, they were very, very excited. Blue Bloods ends after season 14. I didn't even know that was still on.
Yeah, they said it was a split season because of the strike. And so I think Tom Selleck is done.
Yeah, Tom Selleck. And you know what? He's probably tired of working anyway. Philadelphia beat Kansas City last night 21-17 in Monday Night Football. Jalen Hurts ran for 2 second-half touchdowns as the Eagles beat the Super Bowl champs yesterday. And by the way, Taylor Swift was not there.
Well, it was the Kelsey brothers against each other.
Right.
Yeah.
She was in Brazil.
Yeah, so stay in Brazil if you would. Lethal Weapon 2 actor Josh Ackerlin died 95 years old. Also appeared in Hunt for Red October. I'm going to have to go.
What character was he, though? I don't remember him.
I have no idea. That's why I'm going to have to go check him out. And Emma Stone hosts Saturday Night Live this weekend, her 5th time as host.
Couldn't get nobody else or what?
Well, I mean, not really that many people watching Saturday Night Live nowadays, really? So it's not a big deal. Their numbers are not really great. 2 New Mexico U.S. representatives vote against stripping anti-Semitic colleges funding. And so 2 representatives recently voted by overwhelming bipartisan majority to strip federal funding for colleges that promote anti-Semite activity. However, 2 voted no to it. So Representative Teresa Leger Fernandez of the 3rd Congressional District voted no, and Melanie Stansbury, 1st Congressional District, voted no also.
Right.
Gabe Vasquez, 2nd District, who faces top opposition from Yvette Herrell, voted for the measure. So Leger Fernandez and Stansbury voted no for censuring Tlaib and Omar.
Well,
maybe they're trying to get a position on the squad.
Well, maybe, but the reason that Vasquez voted for it was because he is going to be in a tight election this year, and
Yes,
he wants to
so-
appear to be
Right.
closer to the middle.
And look for him to move a little closer to the middle, even though we know that he is far left, very far left.
Right.
But I'll say it again, if Southeast New Mexico gets out and votes and supports Yvette Harrell, she can win that race.
Landslide.
I wouldn't go as far as a
I don't know about
landslide.
landslide, but she can win the race. That race is always going to be really, really close. What would you call a landslide, Tom? Because I'm calling a landslide if you get 3/4 of the vote.
I say if you win more than 20,000 votes over your opponent.
So do you actually think that she could win by 20,000 votes?
Yeah, if we show up, yeah.
No.
How many people vote in Congressional District 2, Tom?
Well, we didn't go to the polls.
No. Answer the question.
Well, you got 31,000 registered voters here, 30 plus in Chavis, 30 plus in Eddy.
So you think that she could win by 20,000 votes?
Easy. And I think
How many total votes were cast, Tom, in that district?
Lee County?
In that district.
Oh, in that district.
Lee County only has 32,000 registered voters.
Top of my head, 20,000.
Oh my gosh. Hey B, Josh Ackland.
Yeah.
In Hunt for Red October, he played Andrei Lysenko. I think that was the captain of the Russian ship.
Mm.
And then in the Lethal Weapon movie, he was the South African diplomat.
Oh, that was that dude.
Who held up his ID at the end and said, "Diplomatic immunity."
Yeah, I remember.
And I think Hunt for Red October, the guy with the beard.
Yeah, it says on Internet Movie Database, it says he was Andrei Lysenko.
Wow. Shakira reaches a deal, 8 years, avoids 8 years in prison, maintains her innocence for tax fraud, and she's got to pay a ton of money, about $15.8 million. And in euros, that's about 26 million. So, but she avoids going to prison. Now, this is her second time doing this thing. And I mean, I just don't know how popular she is.
She's on the way down.
I mean, hips don't lie. That's that was a while back.
I'd be asking,
I guess you got to pay the piper.
I'd be asking, hey, what are my accountants doing here?
I'm going to be honest. I'd move out of Spain.
Yeah.
I'd move back to Colombia. Maybe the tax structure is much better. Because Spain doesn't seem like it's very nice. Texas Attorney General opens an investigation into the Media Matters for potential fraudulent activity. Ken Paxton, Attorney General of Texas, opened the investigation into Media Matters for potentially fraudulent activity after CEO of Twitter, X, accused the left-wing media watchdog group of manipulating data on the social media platform. So Ken Paxton from Texas is going to investigate. Also, a handful of other attorney generals, including Missouri's attorney general, will investigate that case. Missouri and Tennessee's attorney general will join Ken Paxton. Also, the Peter Spellos of American Dreams, he died. He was 69 years old. He was also on Transformers. And if you see this guy, he's another one of those, typecast actors that you're, that guy. And another guy that you might know, might not know, former porn star Ron Jeremy, released to a private residence after his rape case has been frozen. He's got 30 counts of sexual assault, but he's in bad health. Very, very bad health. How old is Ron Jeremy?
60-something, isn't he?
Yeah, I don't think he's that old. That's why I'm thinking poor health. Yeah, I have no idea how old Ron Jeremy is. 70. He's 70 years old.
Wow.
70 years old. He's got very poor health. And federal debt percentage. We're going to get to the percentage of the GDP. Tom, what do you think your percentage, your share of the national debt is?
I would say it's 0.
So you would not share any of the national debt. Maybe I should have asked Blake what his percentage is, because Tom doesn't believe that his yeah.
Yeah, I think that I don't remember the percentage, but I want to say that like every person in the U.S., I think it's something like $88,000 or.
Yeah, I didn't think it was that much. For whatever reason, I thought it was like 67,000.
More than that.
But interest rates have caused that number to go up. So I'll get to that story in just a second. Also, Texas House removes the vouchers from the education bill. So we'll get to that in just a second. Morning show this morning being brought to you by Janco Janitorial. Find them 324 West Main in Artesia, specializing in window cleaning, office cleaning, commercial cleaning, oil-field cleaning, and industrial cleaning. So anything to do with cleaning, they could take care of that for you. And maybe you don't need them to do cleaning, but you need commercial-grade cleaning supplies. They've got all your cleaning supplies, and they can deliver them to you. Their staff is hazmat certified, pathogen certified, and PPE certified. You can find them on the web at jancojanitorial.com or 575-703-1869. Talk to Amber this morning. 8:31. We're going to get to the boob of the day in just a second. Tom in the text, and then we'll take a break.
All right, so Ron Jeremy had aged rapidly, says this one texter. And on the election between Vasquez and Yvette, this texter says, hey, she wins. It would be by 1,000 or so. It would be something, says the texter. But remember when she ran against Sochi?
That race was won by about less than 1,000 votes.
You remember, Blake, when she ran against Sochi second time?
It was like 7%. I mean, that's about how close the race was.
Well, she beat Sochi 63 to 42%.
The second time.
Second time. I mean, just crazy.
It was the opposite of what happened the first time.
Right.
It's amazing when people get out and vote.
Yeah. And Tom knew right away who Ron Jeremy is. I wonder why, says the texter. And this one
looks like a slimy, just.
What was his nickname, Tom?
I have no idea.
Okay.
Do you know it?
No.
Oh. And have y'all covered the new diversion about the aliens and the UFOs? Asked this one texter.
I haven't. I'm No.
So, and this
Tom,
one.
Believe in UFOs?
No, I haven't seen one.
You don't believe there's
no evidence of any.
You don't believe there's unidentified things in the air?
Well, let's ask a bigger question. Do you believe that you're the smartest out in the whole universe?
Look, here's the deal. I could be intellectual if I wanted to. Okay. I don't want to be intellectual.
You don't want to be intellectual?
Yeah, intellectual. I mean, you guys can handle all that stuff. I'm the comic relief.
You're something. I don't know if it's comic relief, but you're definitely
what did you say you could be if you wanted to be?
Intellectual.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got $20.
Now, Blake, do you think he's a member of the Mensa Society?
No, I know he's not.
Oh, okay. I was just double checking.
That's dumb in Spanish, by the way.
No.
By the way, they were giving those awards away in Texas. He almost got one. His mom saw the certificate at the garage sale. She was going to buy it for 25 cents. She came close. She almost pulled the trigger. All right, Boob of the Day coming up next. Let's get updated, find out what's going on with the weather. There is a little wind expected today. Check of the weather being brought to you by Seminole Siding and Construction, trusted name across southeast New Mexico. Siding, roofs, they could erect your metal building, seamless gutters. They do it all, and they give great customer service. Not just customer service. They make sure that the job is completed the right way. They inspect their own work to make sure everything is good to go. Give them a call, 575-391-1430, or go to SeminoleSidingAndConstruction.com. Look, I hear back from our listeners that have done business with them, and they said, look, these guys, not only do they come out, they take the time, and they educate you on the process, but they make sure everything is good to go after the job is completed. Give them a call, 575-391-1430, or SeminoleSidingAndConstruction.com. 55 for the high today. Winds gusting over 30 miles an hour from the north. 32 tonight. Winds tomorrow are going to be less than 5 miles an hour and a high of 62. On Thanksgiving Day, no winds in the forecast and a high of 62 for Thanksgiving Day and sunny skies. We're coming right back. We're B and the Breakfast Club, keeping you updated with everything going on with news. 8:35, good news of the day on the way. Boob of the Day coming up next. News being brought to you by our buddies at the Twin Wells Fuel Station. If you're driving on 128 this morning and need fuel, exit on Buck Jackson Road, go down 2.75 miles and fill her up today. Twin Wells Fuel Station, right off of 128. They've got unleaded, they've got diesel, DEF value, and they do accept all credit cards, fleet cards, and debit cards. Fill up today at the Twin Wells Fuel Station right off of 128 on Buck Jackson Road. We're coming back. It's 8:36. Let's qualify folks for the cash in W105.
Bob's Thriftway in Lovington presents the W105 Cash Blowout.
Call now.
Call 877-396-W105 now. Be one of the first 5 people to call in for your chance to win $105. The W105 Cash Blowout.
I want my money.
And I want it now.
Call in now to win. News brought to you by Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington. Getting the job done right every time since 2004.
Proudly serving most phases of the oil field process, Stone Oilfield Services has a fleet of over 60 trucks and a workforce of over 100 employees. From water transport to kill and vac truck operations, flowback services and pit filling to the clean out of rigs and tanks, as well as oiling and acidizing, Stone Oilfield believes in getting the job done right every time. Their central motto, do what you say you can do. Call them today at 575-396-1840. That's 396-1840.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says he hopes there will be good news soon about bringing Hamas hostages home, telling Army reservists progress is being made.
The Red Cross was meeting with top Hamas leadership, likely going to be an intermediary in all of this, in trying to get the hostages exchanged for this pause in fighting. Now, reports do indicate this would include the release of dozens of Israeli and foreign civilian hostages.
Fox's Trey Yanks. X, formerly Twitter, is suing Media Matters for America.
It comes after the watchdog group reported ads from major brands including IBM and Comcast could be seen on X next to pro-Nazi posts. That prompted several major advertisers such as IBM, Disney, Apple, and more to pull their ads from X.
Fox's Carmen Roberts. Ex-CEO Elon Musk accuses Media Matters of creating fake accounts to manipulate the platform's algorithm. America's listening to Fox News.
Big Ben, and I wanted to let you guys know that due to current local weather conditions, Permian Chevy Buick GMC Nissan is having a hail sale. I know what you guys are thinking. Hail yes! Yes, Mother Nature wins again, and you can save thousands on over 250 brand new and pre-owned vehicles in stock. These deals are going to be on a first-come, first-served basis, so you got to act quick. Huge savings? Hell yes. Giant selection? Hell yes. If you have credit issues, can we help? Hell yes. Did I mention if you have a vehicle you'd rather not be driving, do we want to buy your car? Hell yes. All trade-ins are welcome during this event, so if you want to take advantage of the sale, take advantage of the inventory, and take advantage of the opportunity, you got to get down to Permian Chevy Buick GMC Nissan now. Need more? How about no payments until January 2024? That's right, get the car you need and save some extra cash for the holidays with no car payments. It's a hail sale going on now. Come shop and save at Permian Chevy Buick GMC Nissan, 701 West Navajo Drive in Hobbs.
At the Working Guys store, we're thankful for you, our customers. And to show our appreciation, we invite you to shop our Black Friday sale, Friday, November 24th from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. only. Save big throughout the store, up to 75% off select items, and receive a free gift when you purchase a pair of Maui Jim. Hurry, the Black Friday sale is for one day only, November 24th at the Working Guys store, 109 East Broadway.
Calling all Second Amendment supporters. Hobbs Gun Club is having their annual meeting at 6 p.m. on Friday, December the 1st at the Hobbs Public Library. All are invited to attend. New officers will be elected and discussion of the year's business as well as range improvements will be held. Come to the Hobbs Gun Club annual meeting at the Hobbs Public Library at 6 p.m. on December the 1st. For more information, call Jerry, 575-390-4139. That's 575-390-4139. The Hobbs Gun Club annual meeting on December the 1st at the Hobbs Public Library.
Honey, what are you doing? It's 4 a.m.
Well, I'm making a big breakfast for you and the kids. We got to get going this morning. It's a long drive to Midland Airport.
I booked our flights out of our airport here in Hobbs. It's in town, not in Texas.
Well, you want some toast?
Is that strawberry?
Organic boysenberry.
I'm going back to bed.
Love you.
Flying in and out of Hobbs gives you more time and less stress. So when it's time to fly, you gotta fly Hobbs.
Zia Natural Gas Company odorizes their natural gas with a chemical called mercaptan to give it that distinct rotten egg or sulfur smell to warn us of a potentially hazardous environment. If you detect this smell, leave the area immediately and don't do anything that could create a spark. Once you are a safe distance away, contact Zia Natural Gas Company and report where you smelled natural gas. Stay out of the area until you have been advised it is safe to return. At Zia Natural Gas, your safety is their priority.
Make lasting memories this holiday season at Inn of the Mountain Gods. Join us for our annual Christmas tree lighting on Sunday, November 26th. This free family-friendly event features a Barnes & Noble pop-up store, photos with Santa, cookies and hot cocoa, plus our spectacular Christmas tree lighting in Wendell's lobby. Don't miss the Christmas tree lighting on November 26th. For details, visit innofthemountaingods.com. Minors must be accompanied by an adult.
Eager to see more of the world? Make it happen at Garner's Motorsports in Hobbs. Stop by 320 North Del Paso to feel like your own trailblazer with a 2023 Can-Am Maverick Trail 700 base model. This sidekick is for those who want to go everywhere and need a Can-Am ride built to take them there and back. Visit Garner's Motorsports in Hobbs to take life by the trail. Offer ends July 31st. Certain conditions apply. See dealer for details. Offer ends September 30th. Certain conditions apply. See dealer for details.
There's big Thanksgiving savings this week at Bob's Ritway. Specials to fit the holiday, like Butterball turkey, just $1.99 a pound. Honeysuckle white turkey, cooked shank portion hams, Hormeller cooked spiral sliced hams, all on special. The celery, sweet potatoes, and green beans for the casserole on special too. And all your baking needs. Food Club cream cheese, pie crust, puff pastries, cake mixes, fruit pie fillings, all on sale. And don't forget the eggnog. Get quarts, just $2.98. All the savings you need for the holidays this week. Happy holidays from Bob's Ritway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
In a world of lunacy, being in the Breakfast Club makes you feel normal again. Well, everyone except Tom A. Be in the Breakfast Club, powered by Carlsbad Chevy and broadcasting from the Inn of the Mountain Gods studio.
Grand Canyon, one of the Earth's 9 wonders of the world. Literally.
Think of that.
You think about it. Yeah. 877-396-W105 internal Senate memo highlights the Biden administration's effort to tie highway funding to woke priorities, like changing the name of racist highways. Do you have any idea that highways could be racist?
No, but I was just reading that.
Yeah, so that they actually, the highways could be racist. How about just fixing the roads and bridges? Wouldn't that be nice? Don't tie it to anything. Just fixing the roads and bridges. That would be awesome. Just get her done. But what could we expect from Pete Buttigieg? Thank God we got a guy like Ted Cruz that will do his best to fix stuff like this.
Right. Yeah, he says he's going to introduce legislation so that doesn't happen.
Yeah. Thank God. Thank God. And Chip and Joanna Gaines admit they see life differently, and they are moving away from each other, Tom.
Well, Tom is still out of the studio.
Wow, still. So they've been together 20 years. You know, that's what is kind of sad, that 20 years later, they decide that they're just going there. They got 5 kids together, that they're going to go their separate ways. So
what do they see differently about life?
I don't know. It doesn't tell, but they just see things different. Very different.
Tom is back now, so we can ask him.
So Tom there from Waco, right? Chip and
Joanna Gaines are from
Yes,
Waco.
yeah, they flip houses there.
So
they're splitting up.
They're also splitting up after 20 years.
Are they really? I didn't know that. Wow.
The old fixer-upper is, they're fixer-upper.
Well, you know, a lot of people from, and my brother was telling me this, because that show is so popular, that there's been an influx of Californians coming to Waco.
Oh, that's what you need.
And that's what's breaking them up?
Well, no, I mean, it's just they've influenced people from the West Coast to come this way.
To Waco?
Well, and Waco's a very conservative town.
Yeah, it was obviously their show that talked them out of California.
Well,
instead
all
of
this
the
land to build on? Come on,
instead of the bad policies in California.
Well, the other thing, if you could sell your house in California and then move to Texas, you could probably get a lot more house.
Well, the average house for a 4-bedroom in Waco, Texas, is $480,000.
That's pretty close to national average.
I bet the average house would be a lot less than that.
Waco's, it's thriving. It's really thriving right now.
I bet the average house would be a lot less than for $500,000.
No, because my brother just put up his house for sale, and that's what he's selling it for.
So that would make that would be the average, because he's just average, right?
But you know what really made that town, guys? It's serious stuff.
Baylor,
when RG3 went to play there,
the Texas Rangers,
and won
Baylor,
won the Heisman Trophy. Everything just blew up in the town afterwards. Downtown came alive because the stadium's right there, the new one.
I'm sure that's what did it. And by the way,
I lived there then. By the way,
Waco, they live in Crawford, Texas.
Yeah, they live down the road, Georgia and him.
Yeah, so they don't even live in Waco.
Yeah, they don't let you go there. I try to get there one day, right?
You can go right by there.
Yeah.
We used to do a 24-hour race down there, and you could ride right in front of the Busch Ranch.
Yep. And they actually live in Dallas, next to SMU.
No, Crawford.
No. They live in Dallas. When they retired, when George retired, he bought a home in Dallas.
George.
By the way, the average home costs in Waco, Texas, $214,000, according to Zillow, which would be more. I would go with Zillow before I'd go with Tom A.
Half
but
of
that's
what Tom
just
said.
me.
Half of what Tom said.
Because after RG3 won the Heisman, people just flocked to Waco.
Well, they did.
They didn't know what they were going to do. They didn't know what they were going to do for a living. They just flocked there.
It's the fastest growing county in Texas.
It is
McLennan
not.
County. It dang sure is.
It is not.
It damn sure is not.
What is?
I don't know what is, but I guarantee you it is not. All right, 877-396-W105. I guarantee you with my little handy-dandy phone, I could look up the fastest growing. So, and I guarantee you, I would be willing to put money it's not Waco.
I would guess Bear, but
Bear County?
that was just my guess.
According to population, though.
Maybe San Antonio.
Per capita.
Okay, Tom. So are we going by county or town?
Midland County is in that bunch, by the way.
So are we going by county or time? Fastest growing
Per
county
capita.
or city?
I'm going to say county. And why you guys are doing that? The texter says, you can't, Tom A., you can't even spell intellectual, and you're a member of the Menace Society.
All right, here we go. Fastest growing counties: Kaufman County, Rockwell County, Parker County, Comal County.
Wow, all North Texas counties.
So,
not anywhere close to where Tom was saying.
no, I didn't see Waco in there.
Because
Wow.
Waco's in central Texas.
Oh, no, that was of all Texas, Tom. Thank you for playing catch and make up. All right, we got to get to the boob of the day. Boob of the day this morning being brought to you by Desert Functional Medicine Aesthetics, 70-plus years of experience. They're medical professionals, know what they're doing with functional medicine. They offer stem cell therapy, ozone therapy, and hormonal optimization. I had no idea that they can use stem cell therapy to help you with high blood pressure and to help you with even diabetes. You know, when I first heard about stem cell therapy, I was like, man, this is like science fiction that is finally coming around, and it's something that can actually help people. And it all started when a buddy of mine told me he got stem cell in his hips instead of getting surgery on his hips. Get hip replacement? No, he just got stem cell. And it's now been like 8 years and all is good. Go talk to Desert Functional. If you're living in pain, they can probably help you. Also, if you're living in a world of hormones that are not optimized, go talk to them about optimizing your hormones with, and for guys, they can do the same for you with testosterone. 3900 North Lovington Highway, Hobbs America, proud sponsor of the Boob of the Day.
A 44-year-old guy near Clearwater, Florida, got arrested Friday. Now, that's probably not a surprise to most people because I said Florida. But he got arrested for pleasuring himself while riding a bicycle.
Ugh.
His name
how would you do that?
That's a good question. His name is Timothy Graham, and a female witness told police that she saw him riding by on his bike while exposing and touching himself around 5 o'clock in the morning. Guess that makes him an early riser. His zipper was still down when cops caught up with him. He claimed he didn't do it, but the woman was, quote, 100% confident he was the guy.
This guy was a hardened criminal.
Well, he is. He's facing charges for indecent exposure. And like you said, this is not his first rodeo. And it might actually be his least serious charge he's ever faced.
Wow.
Back in 2001, he tried to set a house on fire. He was convicted of burglary, arson, and attempted murder, and just got out of prison 6 months ago. As a matter of fact, he spent more than 2 decades behind bars, almost half his life. I guess that's why such a hardened criminal was pleasing himself while riding a bike and becoming the boob of the day.
You know, back in the day, we used to put cards in the spokes to give that nice.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that?
I do.
This guy had total different ideas about that. 8:53. We're going to take a break. Keep you updated with everything going on this morning. Also, we got to qualify you for cash this morning. We'll do that at least one more time this morning. Over the weekend in Paris, a hat worn by Napoleon Bonaparte was sold for $2.1 million at an auction.
Wow.
Typical French crowd. Yeah, they were, the bidders surrendered. Typical French crowd. And Little Blue Menu restaurant in Maryland serving up tasty chicken wings. It's actually operated by Chick-fil-A.
Huh.
And yeah, they own the restaurant before Chick-fil-A became the empire that they are now.
Right.
And for what it's worth, Johnny Knoxville says that he sometimes is mistaken for Jamie Lee Curtis. Dude, I don't even know if I would admit that. Serious, but if you do the comparison, Jamie Lee Curtis and Johnny Knoxville next to each other, but Johnny, I wouldn't even admit to that.
I'm not sure what he's trying to say there.
I don't know. Bottle of Scotch whiskey that could be the most sought after bottle in the world sold for $2.7 million last Saturday.
Who's drinking it?
Holy! By the way, it dates back to 1926. There are 40 bottles in the world.
Oh, that's why.
Macallan Scotch.
Macallum.
Yeah.
And they're 12.
It's with an N.
They're 12 years. Very good.
Was it White Lightning or what?
Whiskey.
Whiskey.
So anyway, the $2.7 million.
Well, and whiskey, unlike wine, does not age. Once it's bottled, that's the age that it is.
Really?
That's it.
Yeah.
That is it. Pfizer. Well, you didn't get them on the Pfizer vaccine for COVID, but maybe this is it. Pfizer was giving adult medication to children, and they have acknowledged that the drug was made for adults, according to the legal action that was filed and unsealed yesterday. Looks like Pfizer, then this is a medication for ADHD, and they were giving adult medication to children. Ken Paxton, the Attorney General of Texas, is looking into this lawsuit, and instead of investigating the root cause as required by federal law, he's saying that the company that originally sued, which is called Trish Pharmaceuticals, didn't file a lawsuit the correct way. The state is looking like they're going to pick that up.
Oh.
So Pfizer was giving adult drugs to children. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Wouldn't the child dose just be a smaller dose?
Well, maybe, depending on the medicine. I mean, usually it is.
Yeah.
To put my kids on any type of because hyper, dyslexia, and they had attention deficit issues.
So are they over it already?
Well, they're adults now. I mean, you either outgrow it or you find a way to deal with it. I know I had all of that myself. So, looks like Latin America is on fire right now. They're melting after Javier Milei, the president in Argentina now. He is a right-wing conservative, and the rest of Latin America is currently on fire. Mm-hmm. They're beside themselves. I hope he can turn the country around.
Right.
God knows, there's only one direction they can go, and that's up. Wasn't their inflation rating like 200% or 150% inflation?
It was up there.
Yeah, it was bad.
Yeah, it was like it was incredibly bad.
Yeah. Transgender athlete who seriously injured a female player quit the team after other opponents refused to play against him. A male-born transgender athlete in Britain was on the soccer team, injured a female player, and other players just said, we're not going to play against him. Number one, he's big, he's fast, and number two, he's a male. So he has since quit the team. See, if nobody will play against them, they have no choice. They have to quit. And the federal debt percent of the GDP has had a record high. They say by 2053, it'll be 181%.
Wow.
And your percentage of the national debt per taxpayer in America is up to $78,000 per person.
Yeah. I knew it was high.
It's high.
I was said 88,000.
Man. So that's your share. I don't know if we'll ever pay that off. No. And the Texas House removes vouchers from the massive education bill. Now, that's one thing that they were pushing, school vouchers. Mm-hmm. That was removed as a compromise on Friday. Some people not happy with that move. Voucher system would have been a good step in the right direction. Voucher system also would squash a lot of the teachers' unions.
Right, and that's why that it didn't go.
Yeah. All right, wrap up the text if you guys will. 9 o'clock, straight up 9 o'clock, KWMW Malmore, 105.1 FM.
All right, so Chase is chiming in. You know, boy, Tom A is really some kind of special idiot today, says the texter. Martin from the Patch. You know, pork is a vegetable. Way to go, Tom, says the texter. Yeah, I knew
Tell
that.
it like it is.
And the material...
He wasn't, Tom, that's called sarcasm.
Oh, is it? Okay. The material on the road on Highway 82 has been cleaned off, so great. So finally get that done. And Tom, seriously, just one intellectual thing?
No, it says just say one.
Oh, just say one intellectual thing?
Well, he did say the average price of a home in Waco was 400. What do you say, 450?
Yeah,
450,000.
And it was half that?
Yeah.
Yeah, based on that, his brother's home was on sale for $450,000.
Now, he had a big house. I mean, a big yard with a lot of
so
land.
Maybe that should have been key to you.
So, yeah.
Not all houses are that size. I'm just thinking.
But it's Texas, so everything's going to be bigger down there. Now, where'd you come from, though, Blake? What part of the state?
By the way, you know what the average household income in Waco is?
I'm saying 80,000.
42,000.
That's it.
42,000. 18% of Waco live below the poverty line.
That's pole right there. Huh.
So how, if you make $42,000 a year, how can you afford a $500,000 home?
Well, because the payments are less.
Yes, the payments are less. The value of the house brings the payments down.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously, you've never financed a home.
No. Of course not.
Who are you talking to?
I've had 3 homes in my lifetime.
Well, I've had more than 3, but God bless you. So the more the house is, the lower the payment is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow, I need to do that for my rental property.
Yeah, I need like a $2 million home, so the payment will be down low.
Because here in New Mexico, if you're never been a homeowner, you get a lot of breaks.
I think that would be anywhere. It's called first-time home buyers.
Yeah.
But
And
thank you.
Those are various lender programs.
Right. I've
That's
never
on
bought a home here, so
You're not, if you've owned 3 homes, you're not a first-time home buyer.
In New Mexico.
It doesn't matter where you're at.
It doesn't matter. It's a federal
Because
program.
when I first moved to Roswell, I was going to buy a house. I said, Mr. Reese, have you bought I've owned 3 in Texas. Well, you still qualify because you've never bought a home here.
They lied to you.
So
They lied. That's
unless
not
the
true.
rules have changed. That's like 15 years ago.
It doesn't go
federal
by the-
program.
It's a federal program.
Realtor, somebody call and straighten us out. I think I'm right.
Well, we know you're wrong.
That's part of the intellectual thing.
Yeah. Oh, Lord. Spell it.
INTELLICTUAL. How's that?
Did you just put a O?
And a U.
An O.
Okay.
And a
God
U.
bless. All right, we got to take a break. Enough of this. Good news of the day on the way. We're KWMW Malchimore 105.1 FM. Stand by. We're going to qualify you for the cash. News this morning being brought to you by WWRV times3.com. 3 RV parks and Carlsbad. They're ready to serve you. They've got over 162 RV hookups, every one of them coming with 30 and 50 amps. If you're new to the area, what separates them away from everybody else, number 1, they're pet friendly. Number 2, they're very well lit up. And number 3, they're very proud of their parks. Oh, high-speed internet. That would be number 4. I said 3, though. No. I got to do 4. So number 4, high-speed internet. And I got to do 5. And all at one low price. So you get high-speed internet. You get a very well-lit facility. They're pet-friendly. Find out more information, WWRV times3.com, or call them 988-0392. Taking a break, 9:05, KWMW, Malchimore 105.1 FM. Taking a break, keeping you updated with everything going on. We'll check news next. Right now, let's qualify you.
Bob's Thriftway in Lovington presents the W105 Cash Blowout.
Call now.
Call 877-396-W105 now. Be one of the first 5 people to call in for your chance to win $105. The W105 Cash Blowout.
I want my money.
I want it now.
Call in now to win.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. Progress is being made, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says, on a deal for Hamas to release some of the hostages taken during last month's terrorist attacks.
The leader of Hamas, Ismail Haniyeh, overnight saying that a truce is near. Reports do indicate any sort of deal would include the release of dozens of Israeli and foreign civilian hostages. The hostages are expected to be only women and children who would be exchanged for prisoners being held in Israel.
Fox's Trey Yingst. A judge in Atlanta today is hearing arguments on a request to jail one of former President Trump's co-defendants in the election conspiracy case there, Harrison Floyd, a leader of the organization Black Voices for Trump.
The state claims Floyd has tried contacting witnesses, and they fear he will try intimidating them. His attorneys say prosecutors' claims are without merit. Prosecutors want to start the trial next August.
Fox's Evan Brown. Floyd, for now, is free on $100,000 bond pending the trial. America's listening to Fox News.
Hey, this is Big Ben, and I want to let you guys know that due to current local weather conditions, Permian Chevy Buick GMC Nissan is having a hail sale. I know what you guys are thinking. Hail yes! Mother Nature wins again, and you can save thousands on over 250 brand new and pre-owned vehicles in stock. These deals are going to be on a first-come, first-served basis, so you got to act quick. Huge savings? Hail yes! Giant selection? Hail yes! If you have credit issues, can we help? Hail yes! Did I mention if you have a vehicle you'd rather not be driving? Do we want to buy your car? Hell yes! All trade-ins are welcome during this event. So if you want to take advantage of the sale, take advantage of the inventory, and take advantage of the opportunity, you got to get down to Permian Chevy Buick GMC Nissan now. Need more? How about no payments until January 2024? That's right. Get the car you need and save some extra cash for the holidays with no car payments. It's a hail sale going on now. Come shop and save at Permian Chevy Buick GMC Nissan, 701 West Navajo Drive in Hobbs.
You've imagined that perfect home, designed it in your mind. At Destiny Real Estate, it's dreams that we provide. We buy or sell residential ranches, lots and more. Call Rhonda Burns at Destiny and let her tell you more.
If you're looking to rent, please join our website at www.destinyluxuryrental.com. I've got everything from a little 2-bedroom all the way up to a 10,000 square foot home with an indoor swimming pool. Again, that's destinyluxuryrental.com. And I'm needing some more homes. If you wanted to make a little extra income, just give me a call. Rhonda Burns, 575-257-3000 at Destiny Real Estate. Our business is built on dreams and imagination. Telephone 575-257-3000.
Call Rhonda Burns at Destiny and let her tell you more. Call Rhonda Burns at Destiny and let her tell you more.
Did you know that when you become employed with Eddy County, you'll be receiving one of the best and most competitive benefits packages in Southeast New Mexico? Eddy County offers great pay, paid vacation, paid sick leave, and holiday pay in addition. You get para-retirement, and for full-time employees, 100% health insurance paid and 60% for your dependents. You can find a list of open positions and apply at New Mexico Workforce Connection or online at eddycounty.org. Eddy County is an equal opportunity employer.
Are you a caregiver of a friend or family member that could use some support? We're here for you. Introducing New Mexicare, a program dedicated to caring for our families. We offer significant financial assistance and comprehensive training to empower both caregivers and older adults to flourish in the comfort of home. To see if you're eligible to enroll in the program, visit newmexicare.org. That's newmexicare.org.
This is Davis Smith, the Guerrilla Lawyer, and I'm talking to you from my office on 3130 North Grimes in Hobbs, New Mexico. Our office has exploded with new clients. And do you know why? Fast settlements, fantastic customer service, and man, we love paying our clients money. If you get injured in a car wreck, you come see the Gorilla. Remember, if you get injured, you get the Gorilla.
Visit 3130 North Grimes or call 575-964-2720. That's 964-2720.
Captain Adam Rinich of the Hobbs Fire Marshal's Office here to let you know about how to get a free smoke detector. Due to a generous grant we received, we were able to purchase thousands of smoke detectors to give away to our own community members. Additionally, for those who need it, a member of the Fire Marshal's Office is also available to install the smoke detector for you. Remember that the smoke detectors are free for everyone. To request installation of your smoke detector or to pick yours up, call the Hobbs Fire Marshal's Office at 575-391-8158. We are here and happy to serve you.
Get ready for the annual Electric Light Parade in Lovington coming up on Monday, November 27th. The Lovington Chamber of Commerce invites all of Lee County to participate. It's absolutely free, and you can apply at the Chamber office or at lovingtonchamber.org. While you're in Lovington, be sure to attend the first ever Christmas tree lighting at the courthouse, the Christmas extravaganza at the Methodist Church, presented by the Chamber Ambassadors, and the lighting of the courthouse. Monday, November 27th in Lovington. Kick off your holiday spirit with the annual Electric Light Parade.
Paid by Lovington Lodgers Tax.
There's big Thanksgiving savings this week at Bob's Ritway. Specials to fit the holiday, like Butterball turkey, just $1.99 a pound. Honeysuckle white turkey, cooked shank portion hams, Hormeller cooked spiral sliced hams, all on special. The celery, sweet potatoes, and green beans for the casserole on special too. And all your baking needs. Food Club cream cheese, pie crust, puff pastries, cake mixes, fruit pie fillings, all on sale. And don't forget the eggnog. Get quarts, just $2.98. All the savings you need for the holidays this week. Happy holidays from Bob's Ritway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
Good morning, USA. I got a feeling that it's gonna be a wonderful day.
Be in the Breakfast Club makes you feel normal again. Be in the Breakfast Club, powered by Carlsbad Chevy and broadcasting from the Inn of the Mountain God studio.
But I tell you what, I don't know about you, but I'm going to go to bed.
Yeah, Joe, go ahead, go to bed. It is already 9:12. Still to come, good news of the day on the way morning show being brought to you by All American Cleaners. Find them in Roswell, Artesia, Carlsbad, Lovington, and Hobbs. Find them today at allamericancleaners.net. They can wash, dry, and fold your clothes 17 pounds for $16.99. Do your dry cleaning. Also, they can start you up, keep you looking good. allamericancleaners.net if you need more information. Tom A. in charge of the text. If he's back, he's always slow to the return. Is he back, guys?
He is wandering in right now. I was rebooting part of the other system, so
I'll be a while before he actually gets going. So nobody on Friday's extended version will skip Friday.
Yep. Nope.
And we'll be off on Thursday and Friday to celebrate Thanksgiving with the family. I'm actually going to a Thanksgiving dinner, and we'll see how that works out.
Let me ask you something.
Here we go. Stupid question number 586.
Thanksgiving belongs to America. How come you guys are celebrating over there?
He's American, Tom.
Actually, Americans living here.
Huh?
Canada has a Thanksgiving too.
Do they?
Yeah, it's in October.
Well, the Pilgrims land over there too, or what?
Yes, the Pilgrims left here and went over there. Yes.
Okay. Asking. It is the U.S. Philippines. That's right.
It is not the U.S. Philippines.
Two different countries. I know it's hard for you to wrap your head around that. But God bless you. Anyway.
Well, happy Thanksgiving, even though it ain't your Thanksgiving officially.
What? He's an American, Tom.
American. I'm an American. I'm more American than you will ever be.
You don't fly his flag over there.
Oh, my Lord.
I got my flag right here. That's my flag to you. Enjoy it. Guy went off like Jesse Smollett. Ohio man faked the anti-Palestinian hate crime, injured himself, and fabricated the entire story. They figured it out. He is a Muslim Jesse Smollett. Thank God they caught it early, though. Thank God. Cardi B goes off on New York City's Eric Adams because of the budget cuts. She's very worried about crime, and she says crime is going through the roof. Also, she talks about the budget cuts, taking money from our effing schools and giving it to the effing migrants. It was very hard to listen to it because there were nothing but a bunch of beeps. But you know what? She's a taxpayer. She has every right to question the mayor. His latest thing, he's begging the wealthy to house the migrants.
Who, according to Tom, won't be able to celebrate Thanksgiving.
No, because, I mean, they're not really Americans, right?
Tom?
What's that?
Stupid is what stupid does. Garth Brooks, Friend in Low Places, Bar and Honky Tonk, named after his hit in the, of course, 1990 song, opens Friday in Nashville. His popularity is not what it used to be.
No, it's not.
I mean, it really is not.
Isn't he a big-time live, him and Trish?
Definitely are.
Yeah.
But not as they do. Well, I mean, all you have to do is look. He did not play for Donald Trump's inauguration. He did play for Joe Biden's inauguration. Doesn't take long to figure that out. Nicole Kidman says there will be a third season of Big Little Lies. I have no idea what channel that's on. What
HBO,
network?
Maybe. HBO.
Is it HBO?
It's
Wow.
It's one of those.
And America, man was that's the story about the bicycle. I was still trying to figure out how he did it on a bicycle.
Right.
Crazy. Very crazy. Average American claims they read 8 books a month. The average American reads 8 books a month. I have a hard time believing that. I mean, average American probably reads 8 books a year.
Not even that, B.
How many books have you read in the last year, Tom?
I would say
0.
1.
Yeah, what's the name of the book?
That's the one that I bought at that bookstore.
That's not the name of it. What's the name of it?
I haven't opened it yet.
Well, then you didn't read it.
Well, you didn't read it. You bought it, and you're looking
Well,
at it.
here's the deal, guys. You don't buy a book unless you read the last page of that book.
What? Oh, my God.
True story. That's why you buy a book.
No.
So, on average, how many books do you read in a year?
Well,
I have a new word that I'm going to start using. I learned it in Cowboy Fast Draw. If somebody says they hit, but they didn't, it's a lie. They're bullshit. Bullshit. You saying you've read a book is bullshit.
No doubt. So, Blake, how many books have you read in a year?
Well, if you count reading the last page, no.
Right.
Probably, I average 1 or 2 every couple weeks, just because I'm busy.
So, do Audible books count?
They do. In my opinion, they do. Yeah.
That means that I read on average 15 books a month.
Now, I like a lot of genres of books, but the most books that I read are nonfiction.
So if it has nothing to do with the CIA or the police and guns, I'm probably not reading it or listening. I have read every Michael Connelly book out there. Everyone.
Do manuals count?
No.
If it's like, you know,
like how to break down your AR-15, proper cleaning and operation.
I don't know if that.
Diagrams and nomenclature. Yes.
Yeah, I don't know if that would count though. But eight a month seems very high.
Well, no, that's 8 a year was the average.
No. 8 a month.
I don't
The
believe
average American claims they read 8 books a month. Average 57% of Americans polled said they read 8 books a month.
I bet that's a typo. I bet it's supposed to be a year.
And now we're back to my new word.
Year.
Well, you know, guys, in college I took a speed reading course because you had to, and then
oh boy,
what? Because you had to?
Wait,
no,
wait,
no. What college did you go to that made you take a speed reading course?
Well,
that's like the opposite of what they want you to do.
Take it, so I took it because
they want you to take a reading comprehension course.
Well,
not the same.
I took a speed.
Well,
reading course.
evidently he skipped that course.
And I used to read 4 books a day.
Sure,
speed reading.
Whatever.
Okay, what was that word, Russ? Bullshot.
Bullshot. I told you we were back to my new word.
They did mean 8 books a month, over 100 books a year. That's what it said. Americans don't read that many books. Just saying. Russ, when you were in the Marines, you guys getting any fights?
Like bar fight?
I don't. This must have been a real slow day on the news cycle. Video shows Marines in a massive brawl outside an Austin, Texas bar after a woman's cell phone was taken. This had to be
each other, or was it jarheads against the public?
It was jarheads against other folks.
Okay.
I think I saw part of this video over the weekend.
Because I tell you, it could have went either way. There's
bird flu, 3 cases in San Juan County. 13 chickens have died.
Yeah, I saw that.
Now, isn't bird flu the cause of the chickens, the price of chickens going up last time this happened?
Something else. It was another type of disease. But this one's called the influenza. Avian influenza, excuse me. So
speed reading.
Yeah.
That's damn speed reading.
That's
Boy,
right.
Gets you every
I read it too fast. Yeah.
And lack of reading comprehension.
Yeah, that speed reading will get you every damn time. All right, good news of the day. We're going to get to that. We're going to keep you updated with the weather info, keep you updated with everything going on. By the way, morning show this morning being brought to you by the Butcher Block Meat Market and Grill in Lovington, Tom's favorite place to go. They've got over 30 years experience dealing with the meat counter. You're looking for a place where you can go and tell them to do specialty cuts. That's not a problem. If you want a steak that is 2 inches thick, that's not going to be a problem. If you want your pork chops cut extra thin, that's not going to be a problem there. They also have smoked meats that you can go in there and get a pound of brisket already fully smoked, or if you want ribs or whatever it is you're looking for, they've got all of that. And they've got daily lunch specials every day. Follow them on Facebook at the Butcher Block Meat Market and Grill. You'll find daily lunch specials and weekly meat market specials. Call in advance if you're thinking about going there for lunch today. You can call and pick up your order, 575-739-7778, or stop in and see them, 1422 South Main in Lovington, Butcher Block Meat Market and Grill in Lovington. Check them out. 9:24. Tom, wrap her up.
All right, Rocket. Word of the day, influenza, says Rocket this morning.
It's terrible.
Right.
It is terrible.
And Tom A., you can't read 4 texts a day without screwing one of them up, says John from Eunice. Okay. But I can read them pretty fast. That's for darn sure. And Tom reads Dr.
Be accurate, but he can read them fast.
Tom reads Dr. Seuss books all the time. Laugh out loud, says the texter.
He loves Cat Hat.
4 books a day, my butt, says another texter. Yeah, 4 books a day. I used to read them all the time.
They were short stories. He was making
the Reader Digest book.
He already said he only reads the last page.
Right.
So if that's the case, you should be able to read like 150 books a day.
You could always tell by the last page if it's a good book.
No.
Why are you going to read a book 800 pages if the last page don't make no sense?
I'm not buying into it, but that's just me.
Right?
Let's get to the good news of the day, being brought to you by our buddies at Farmers Insurance Agent, our agent, Herschel Rustin Hayes. Follow him. He is on social media, but you can go and check him out right there on Avenue D in Lovington. 1109 West Avenue D, right across the street from Bob's, or call him at 575-396-0513. Let him put together a package just for you, designed to meet your needs. Home, auto, life insurance, commercial insurance. If you need insurance, he can take care of you. His number, 575-396-0513. Herschel Rustin Hayes, proud sponsor of the good news of the day.
A South Carolina man's TikTok proposal is going viral because of how he incorporated his girlfriend's 4 kids into it. His name is Josh Renault, and he gave them each a t-shirt. So when they lined up, it read, "Can we call Josh Dad?" 4 kids, 5 words. They'd apparently been asking their mom when he'd be their dad, so it was kind of an inside joke. She walked in, started crying, and said yes. He also bought each kid their own ring to wear and got down on his knee for them too. Okay. 2 World War II vets from North Carolina named Millard Denson and Joe Stroud just met up after searching for each other for 76 years. They met in the Navy when they were 17 and were best friends. They're both 96 now. Family friend helped Millard track Joe down this summer. They've been talking on the phone for the past 3 months and met up in person last Friday. And Target sent a bunch of stuff to a woman in Minnesota by mistake last week. More than 140 packages filled up her porch and spilled out onto the sidewalk. And they were all filled with reading glasses. It turned out they had an issue with a vendor who used the wrong address. Target reached out to her, gave her a $250 gift card for the hassle. But the next part brought tears to her eyes. They told her they're donating all of those glasses to charity. It's what she was planning to do if they didn't. And that is your good news of the day.
Good news of the day being brought to you by Herschel Rustin Hayes. Earlier in the show, we talked about the DOJ and about the violent DNC rioters. pro-Palestinian rioters? Well, it looks like the Republicans are asking the DOJ to investigate now. Well, we'll see how far they investigate.
Well,
hopefully they investigate and are fair.
And just come across a news scroll a minute ago, there's an oil spill off of Louisiana, apparently.
Another one.
Coast Guard was given an update on it.
And my question today was, since Deion Sanders' team is now losing, going down to are you still a fan, Tom?
I'm sticking with the Bucs.
Are you?
He's a big Buck fan.
Oh, the Bucks. When did that happen? When
Well,
Deion
Bucks.
started losing,
Buffaloes.
right?
Yeah, the Buffaloes.
No, they'll win.
When?
Rome was not built in a day, buddy.
Part of it was.
Yeah.
Nick Saban didn't win his first championship until 3 years at
Yeah,
Alabama.
we're not talking about
Are
the
you
day, we're just
comparing
talking about the
Deion
season.
Sanders to Nick Saban?
Yep. Both winners.
Not even close.
One's a winner. One's a
Both
loser.
proven winners.
I will say this much. It took Kirby Smart 7 years to win his first championship.
And Debo took him 7, too.
Debo. Who the hell's Debo? Isn't
Sweeney.
that a character from Friday?
He's the one that grew up in the trailer with his mama.
How
Fed him
about
peanut butter
Dabo?
sandwich?
Dabo. I think Debo might have been his cousin.
It could have been. Debo,
Dabo.
Dabo, they're in the neighborhood.
And his other cousin used to work in radio, Skibo.
Yeah,
Remember?
Skibo was his cousin. Yeah.
That was
Woo! You can't make this stuff up. I'm just saying. 9:29. We're going to take a break. Tradio is coming up next. We'll see you tomorrow for the Wednesday edition of Beyond the Breakfast Club. And the last day we'll be on for the week. And because we're not working Thursday or Friday. I'll be on the air Thursday and Friday. Tom and Blake get to take off so they can spend the time with their family.
Yeah, thank you.
I'll take one for the team. God bless you
Well,
guys.
thank you, sir.
So, all right, let's get updated, find out what's going on with news, and then we'll get updated with buy, sell, trade, Tradio. News this morning being brought to you by Roach Air Conditioning and Heating. When you look for a company to take care of your air conditioning heating, you look for somebody that's trustworthy, somebody that has the knowledge to get the job done. And that's Enrique Rocha and his staff. They can take care of everything that you need. And this time of the year, you don't know, maybe air conditioner one day, heater the next day. You need both of them working, and they can take care of that. Give them a call, 575-631-1999. Rocha Air Conditioning and Heating. Call them today. We'll see you tomorrow for the Wednesday edition of Beyond the Breakfast Club. Tradio coming up next.
NTD Radio News being brought to you by Griffin's